Yep, we should be live now and waiting for DE at PAX. Let's do the announcement over on Discord as well. Just get those lovely people on into here, shall we? And publish the ping. There we go. That should have everyone streaming on into here, ready for, well, streaming. Not going to do any starting soon screen on this one. I don't feel like it, seeing as we are waiting for the up next Digital Extremes presents Warframe Dev Stream PAX Edition. I mean, since we're already on a starting soon screen effectively there, we might as well just get straight into it. That's how I figure it. I have a mug of tea in hand, or at least ready to hand. I have the backup water as well, because I run out of tea very easily. Actually, it starts with the water because the tea is still very hot. But yes, indeed, we have got a dev stream, and after that, I'll be going to Warframe itself. Because, seeing as we started with Warframe, I feel like today we can continue with Warframe as well. I know there's been updates in various spaces, various games, this, that, the other, but they probably deserve their own stream, if any stream at all, so I'm just not going to do that. Hello there, Emma. Hello there. Hello. I think that's... Hello. I can't actually tell. I think that is another L in the middle there. Fonts begin to blur together, I'll be honest with you. L's are always harder for me to read. Always harder. Hello there, Penguin. Hello there, Emmy. Hello there, Ashley. Hello there, Grumpy Pants. You hit the dev stream so early, it's nearly 5 AM for you. I mean, is it so early or is it so late? Like, it's very late into the night, such that it's nearly morning. Let's look at it that way. Because the sun hasn't risen where you are, right? Right? In any case, welcome on in. Welcome on in. Hello there, Derpy Dude. Hello, it is. There we are. Cool. Alright. Alrighty then. And the hydrate as well. Sure, why not? Cheers. Still dark where you are? Well, there you are then. If the sun hasn't risen yet, the day hasn't started. It's still the previous day, quite frankly. Also, to be honest, didn't know there's a dev stream. Yeah, it's a PAX dev stream. Yep. There's no drops, which is possibly why you didn't hear as much about it, but maybe that's it. I don't know. Yenski, it's almost 4 AM there. Good lord, yeah. That is either really early or really late for you. Sorry, stream early feels weird. I mean, I figured I might as well do it a few minutes early, considering we are waiting for Warframe themselves to become live. So, yeah, just get ourselves in the pre-stream waiting lobby, you know, get ourselves all together so we are right on the dot. No loading issues, no teething issues, because let's face it, Twitch has loading issues. We all know this one. I'm hoping the audio is set up correctly, because I'm doing this slightly differently than last time. To try and avoid all the weirdy-schmeardiness that goes on with Twitch, I'm doing it differently. Unfortunately, that differently has no way for me to properly test it. So we're just going to see how that goes. We're just going to see. What background noise for the hell is G3 farming? I mean, fair enough. What is it you're looking to get from the G3 there, Snake? What is it you're farming from them? Yeah, Grumpy, yeah. If you've gone to bed and got up, the day is a new day. Doesn't matter what your time zone is, doesn't matter what your life is at that point. If you've gone to bed, had a long rest, and started a new day that way, it's a new day for you. At the end of the day, days are an entirely local construct. You ask about a day on Venus, they'll give you a very different answer to a day on Mars. Here's Penguin. Almost 3 PM here in Canada? Yep, yeah, it's almost 3 PM there, which means it's almost 7 PM here in the UK. Like I say, just need the Barack blueprint. I mean, at that point, I just start trading with others, I'll be quite honest. Because of the expense of the beacons, I just trade. I already do. Oh, I see, Grumpy Pants, I see. Well, that's a little unfortunate. But you had a rest. That was intended to be long, so it's a new day. At the end of the day, definitions are only necessary for communication. If there is nothing to communicate, there is no definition required, so do as you do on that one. We've understood all the other ancillary details. Not tradable? Oh, is it? Hold up. Warframe market. That'll be the... Huh. Yeah, no, okay, yeah. Black weapon. If that's the one indeed you're getting. Acquisition. Only obtainable from the Grustrek 3. And is completely untradeable. Wow, okay, yeah, never mind then. Go for it. Jesus. I was unaware it was that bad. Ooh. Alright then. Let me just quickly check in game. Have I got the Brack done then? That's a secondary. B for Brack. Yes, I have got that mastered and I got 5 kills with it. Splendid. Splendid stuff right there. Mastered with 5 kills. Sure. Alright. I'm just adjusting my setup slightly so I can see it stream nice and cleanly as well. Got all of you here, bits there, that's screens. I need more screens. I really need more screens. But it's fine. Barrow's going to strike beacons at the moment? Yes, he does. That'll be why people are farming it. That'll be why people are farming it. Yo!
Hello,
Meriadec.
7.
Hello there as well to you, and a salute. Let's give you a salute on that one there. Nice proper 07. Thank you very much for dropping that over here. Up onto 6 months, that beautiful golden badge. It is indeed. I have no idea which salute I just did there, I'll be quite honest. I don't actually know what are the salutes for different groups and organisations, aside from very, very obvious ones. Like, everyone knows the salute from Attack on Titan. You know, everyone can recognise that one. But outside of that, like, yeah. And as it turns out, I'm in fact not a scout. How's on? Don't push the line. Don't overthink it, Zom. Don't overthink it. Alright, we should be just like 2 minutes away from this going live now. Just 2 minutes. Thereabouts. Assuming nothing goes wrong. Surely nothing will happen like that. So you're going to say 12.5% drop rate plus affected by Necros on run 30. Ooh, that sounds a bit rough. If those numbers are in fact correct, let me grab a calculator. So, you've got a 0.875 chance of failure. And you've done it 30 times. Necros gives you, what, 50-ish%? So that'll be roughly 45 times. I forget the exact value for Necros, but I think it's somewhere in that order. Which would suggest a 1 in 400-ish chance of not getting it so far. Oof. Oof. That's some napkin math on that, though. As treating Necros as a 50% bonus drop. I'm not trying the exact value on it. I'd have to check the wiki or check in game to refresh my memory on it. Necros 54. Alright, so yeah, close enough to that then. We maybe 1 in 450-ish. But yeah. That's kind of the bracket you're looking at there. That's unfortunate, Snake. Not utterly outlandish, just unfortunate. If we think about it, with those kinds of odds, with the number of people that tune into a typical Kengineer Warframe stream, if everyone who tuned in tried to do what you're doing, probably around about 2-3 people would have as much bad luck as you, if not more. That's how not outlandish it is. It's in there. I think the bracket's mastery fodder, yeah. And because it's untradeable, then that means that the other parts you get are also wasted, which is wonderful. Yup. Oh, here we go. Let's kill my background music. There's no sound coming from it so far. And I feel like there should be. Why is there no sound? Ah, shit. What have I done wrong? The audio was working on this last time. Let me flip this, flip it back, refresh it. Audio?
Here to help you find the one for the school.
An ad?
Auto Trader, Britain's biggest matchmaker.
An ad? Thank you.
Very lonely and frightened. So I'm going to get the rest of the panelists up on stage.
I said it was going to break.
2 creative directors joining us. We have Rebecca Ford, creative director of Warframe.
And there's a Reb.
Jump over top now. You said Dev 177. We didn't practice at all. It's fine.
178. And creative director of Soulframe, Jeff Crooks.
Here we go. We got Reb, we got Jeff, and we have got Megan all together. Beautiful.
Oh yeah, that chair makes a farting noise. Be careful. Do it. Do it.
Is there a Twitch drop? I do not know. I don't think there's any Twitch drop on the Warframe channel or this channel, no. Drops will be starting on Monday.
At PAX in 6 or 7 years.
Been a while. This was the first convention we ever came to when Warframe was 11 years ago.
You were just looking at photos.
I was just looking at
young
photos.
Rebecca.
We were part of the NVIDIA.
11 years of Warframe. It's still kind of crazy.
And PAX East has always been my favorite because it felt like home. It was our first one.
We love Boston. We love Boston. So we have a lot to show you today. Of course,
Oh yeah.
we're gonna talk Warframe.
Reb doesn't go for
We're gonna
normal,
talk
Grumpy.
Soulframe.
Reb doesn't go normal.
A lot.
We have a timer.
We do have a timer, and it's stressing me out, but it's fine.
Oh god, they act an actual timer this time, of course, because it's PAX.
Dev streams.
Wait, who's watched a dev stream before? Like an act? Okay.
Oh.
Cool. You know what to expect then. That makes this so much easier. Yeah.
You know the expectations for our dev streams. If you're watching at home, there is no Twitch drop.
Reb does
I
certainly
love
have some
you.
interesting
We'll get
fashion,
back
doesn't she?
to
Yeah.
it, I swear. Sorry. Oh, the gasps in the crowd.
I was even shocked. I didn't know.
I'm sorry. We're not at home. We do have Gift of the Lotus alerts in.
Just to check, Roland, is the audio coming through nicely for you?
You're not playing Warframe, but you could be. So 72 hours. Gift
Let me
of
know
the
if they're
Lotus
too loud or
alerts
too quiet,
will be
because
live
I
after
can't
the
hear what
stream
you
ends.
hear
A
on this one.
Blueprint and a Riven cipher. You could get yourself
Have streamed down a bit?
game.
There's
But
exactly
alright,
my
we're gonna
question.
Get into it. Get comfy.
Let's
because
try that.
We have you for an hour and a half, which, if you know the recent dev streams,
You're stuck.
is
You're
pretty
stuck here.
is pretty normal because I always go over the hour time limit, and that's my bad.
There we are.
We're gonna talk Warframe. We're gonna talk Soulframe.
Bit quiet compared to me. Oh. Someone just told me to turn it down.
You'll see the microphone.
Turn up? God damn it, freaking Joker.
A question you would love to ask anyone
How's
is
that
on this
then?
panel, including our
Special guest. Oh.
That was perfectly in
Eventually,
sync.
you could ask them as well. So just stay tuned, and we'll get it sorted out if you'd like to do a question, and we'll give you an answer at the end of the stream.
Maybe.
Maybe. We'll see.
Alright.
Alright.
So yeah, there shouldn't be any
We were
drops
not
anywhere for this
11
dev
years
stream,
old.
no.
Who's been playing for a year or 11 years?
Oh!
man.
Some OGs. Any founders in the? Oh,
Maybe a tiny bit louder?
good. Look at them! Wow. All right.
If I go much louder, it's going to start clipping
We're
through.
celebrating 11 years of Warframe.
parts of the processing.
And it is crazy that we've been kicking it for 11 years. I know you guys have been here for over 11 years.
Yes,
We are
thank
old.
you.
Not to give you a date, but you've been here.
Although Jeff got ID'd.
Hopefully more Soulframe content.
Not
They did
that
say there'll be some
much.
Soulframe
Good.
details coming out, yes.
We told the Bald Brigade of Sheldon and Steve that Jeff got ID'd, and they were
I'm going to need someone other than Joker to confirm you need it a bit louder.
Yeah, one of the girls did. But we have a bunch of, obviously, anniversary stuff. If you're familiar, you've been here for a while, we do a collection of items called Dex items. And this year, we're doing the Dex Nakana as our anniversary
It's okay now?
celebration. And we
It's good
brought
now?
just a little
It's okay?
video to
Volume
show
good?
you
Right, there we
a
are.
little
Sorry,
more about
Joker.
our
Get good.
anniversary. So let's watch.
I didn't change that audio, they did that themselves. Okay. A lot of flashiness, not a lot I can process straight away on that, but sure.
Yay! The Dex Nakana will be going live for anyone who logs into Warframe. They'll get an inbox with the Dex Nakana starting March 27th.
Nice.
Once our next update comes out, which will obviously
That's smart.
Ah!
Put the free thing with the update. I get it. I get
Ah.
it.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see the stats on it, Duppy Dude. I'm
But
not
anyone who
expecting
logs
the
into
most from it,
Warframe,
but we'll
will
see.
get that inbox with the Dex Nakana, and then we have alerts for I think 8 weeks of alerts with all the previous year's Dex stuff. So if maybe
There are
you're new
lots
and
of
you want to get
alerts,
a
yeah.
whole arsenal of, I think this will be our 9th year, so there's 8 years worth of Dex items to get. you could get
It's not a complicated game at all if this is the first you're hearing of Warframe. It's totally not. You don't need to do homework, I swear.
It's not. It's just fashion. It's all good. And then we have changed it up a little bit this year. We have some challenging alerts as well for anyone who maybe is a veteran player and wants a little bit of challenge instead of Dex alerts. We will be doing some Steel Path difficulty alerts as well, and get yourself some goodies. So lots of in-game stuff there for our 11-year birthday anniversary. And we do have new merch. If you want to pre-order some Warframe 11-year merch, get yourself a cool t-shirt and a pin. You can pre-order it now.
!! merch. And you can get a link to a merch site that is definitely not the Warframe one because you're on my stream.
Now we know we're turning 11. TennoCon is going into its 9th year. Has anyone ever been to TennoCon here?
Yep.
Wow. A lot of Americans
Courtesy
don't have
of them.
passports, I find, so it's like a we come to you.
Yeah, I do recognize a lot of faces in the audience, which is really nice. So yeah, TennoCon over the years, if you don't know, is Warframe's annual convention. And we've been doing it for, this will be our 9th year, and it's a day to just celebrate you coming to London, Ontario, wanting to hang out with us, and we show you kind of the latest and greatest as to what's going on. And we
It was a
kind of
great
talked about
event
this
to
earlier,
attend
but
last
we
year.
have tickets launching on March 28th, the physical tickets as well as the digital pack. And for the first time, we're going to see what exactly those digital
No idea,
items
Moon.
could be.
First time ever.
First time world premiere.
Oh my God, world premiere.
No, I'm just kidding. Ooh. What are we?
Can we see that
what are we
ooh?
looking at? What are we looking at?
Really
We're not
going all
currently.
in on the 1999 theme for
Wait,
this year's TennoCon
can we zoom out?
stuff, which you'll be very clear why by the end of this panel. You'll get some first look
I
at
think
more
that's what we're seeing,
1999
okay.
stuff. But our team really put together a killer bundle this year. Whether you're coming in person or if you're just able to grab the digital pack,
That is a
you'll
very
get
old school
these,
looking
those are some
backpack.
throwing weapon skins and a Cyandana that actually is
A straight up backpack.
straight up backpack. What you put in that backpack, we won't ask. It's all, and there's a little
Pizza,
symbol
clearly.
on there that will
Energy
start
pizza.
to mean more and more depending on, there's symbols everywhere with those with eyes to see them.
And not featured in this art, but it was too cute not to show. That's also in this digital pack is perhaps a floof version.
There's always a
If you don't know,
floof.
this is Arthur, and he is going to be in floof version for the digital pack, and just too cute
There's
not to show.
always a floof.
So March 28th, these are all going to be going live. Again, if you want to come to London, Ontario, hang out with us, see all of it live, meet the rest of the crew.
Seems like pretty standard
March
admission
28th,
prices
these
for
tickets will be
what I
going on
recall,
sale,
yeah.
And then, of course, the digital pack as well.
And for the Americans, the CAD means Canadian dollars. So in your money, that's like
It's a
$1,000
deal.
ticket's actually like $20. So
Oh.
it's not true. It's not true.
That is
but it might as well.
very inaccurate.
I tried
Canadian
to buy a
dollar is quite a
copy
bit
this
above the
morning,
US
and
dollar
that
in
was
terms of,
devastating.
Oh no.
well, quite a bit below how much you
Speaking
get.
of
So one US dollar
that,
gets a
I
lot
guess,
more than one
I don't
Canadian
know.
dollar.
One of the great things about TennoCon is that it's also a charity initiative, and this year I'm
Yeah,
happy
fair
to
do
say
project.
that we
Get
are
yourself
paired
the
with two
ticket, yeah.
charities. Sick Kids, the largest center dedicated to Canadian health, children's health in
Welcome,
Canada,
Solomon.
as well as Able Gamers. So we're going to be supporting the Able Gamers. We're going to be supporting them. They're a
Cool
part
choices.
of TennoCon, so just thrilled to have them on board. And in more coming soon.
Is that housekeeping over?
Housekeeping's over.
We did a team.
We got through housekeeping. Let's get to some fun things, shall we?
All right, let's see what they got
Dante
then.
Unbound is coming next week, March 27th, on all
Yup.
platforms.
Yeah,
That's
it's the follow-up update to Whispers in the Walls. We won't spoil anything here, I don't think.
No, but we have some newer fun things to show that's coming in the update.
Next week.
Next week.
The update
March
next week.
7th, The update.
Finally
Three-
getting a
no,
yeah,
okay, yeah,
Wizard
okay, what do you got
Warframe.
So coming in, Dante Unbound is our next Warframes, our 56 Warframe. Would you just...
I was leaning
So
like
we
him,
could say
it didn't work well. I
Evoker
was trying to like...
Warframe, perhaps?
not a good
kind of
idea.
energy he's going for, the light and dark.
You're too cool for that.
Nope.
Yeah, Dante
Unbound
does
is coming,
definitely come across
and
more Chad
with
than Limbo,
Dante
yeah.
Unbound is
Oh, yeah.
a story from the Levirian.
Yes, Esprit, everything up to this
Brutus
point.
has a bit of a role to play.
Yeah, we didn't want to do an update without any lore. You know, it's important for people out there that want a little bit of texture with their
Yep.
food, their Warframe meal. I don't know. I don't know. It's important to us to give, and we've done this for years and years, just try and have something. If we can't do a quest because it's a smaller update, at least there can be something. So we're bringing back.
I was saying
a very,
Evoker, Solomir.
fan favorite character
Evocations,
to serve as the
not
antagonist for
invoker.
this update for what what happened to Lavirian. Why aren't you getting Lavirians frequently anymore? And Dante himself, what role did he play in curating the Lavirian? Because surely Drusus Lavirian couldn't get all that information himself. Dante had to help him, and if Dante went missing, Lavirians ended. So.
And we know Lavirians are,
Right.
Prex cards.
Yes. Oh yeah, you added an asset in like
what
an
a
hour
segue.
ago.
Yeah.
That's an impressive
Yeah.
segue.
Do you like that segue? Thank you.
That was because that was very quick.
Thank you. Shout out to Eric Vetter who sent out the.
He just wanted a shout out.
He really
waited
did
to
shout
go-
out. Eric, you're welcome. He sent me this like an hour ago. This is the reveal of the Dante Prex card that is going to be coming, obviously, in Dante Unbound.
That's a neat style. I
Just a
like
cool
that.
guy.
Yeah.
Cool
Just
guy
a
with
cool
a book.
guy.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy with a
Okay, Eric.
Good old
All
glowy
right.
swish.
Okay,
Can't go
Eric.
wrong with that.
Everyone at the company nagged him about this for a long
book.
time.
Like, give us a Prex card. We also brought a little video just to kind of encapsulate
As noted on that,
what is
it's
coming in Dante
Warframe
Unbound, 'cause there is a lot.
56.
So let's just tune into that video, shall we?
This room was to be a shrine to one of my dearest friends. But now that shall never come to pass.
Okay, there were a lot of details blinked through very quickly there.
Just a little teaser. Just a little
Laverian,
I know,
Dante,
I know. We're
showing
gonna
off his
salute to
grimoire.
Sticky
You got an
Corners.
Inaros rework,
That's fine.
Mirage
Really cute, the
retouch.
Corners.
Sticky corners.
some of the
Yeah,
casting of
more
Dante.
Sticky corners.
Like, farewell.
Yeah.
Won't miss ya.
And sticky corners, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bye.
Goodbye, all because of if
up?
you were on an angle and a level, the physics would block you. This has plagued me for 11 years.
No more. What will play
It's a weird physics
I
bit.
have a couple things.
It is weird how
Oh,
these
yeah,
kinds of things
yeah.
happen.
There's a couple
Yeah.
things.
As we've already talked
Alright.
about, Dante Unbound, Stynax is
Oh.
officially coming. Just had to show you this glorious key art of Stynax Deluxe because it's one of the most incredible
Stynax
skins
Deluxe
I've ever
skin.
seen.
Yep.
We won't talk about. Do we?
Where's the levels
You can take
one?
the nipple tassels off.
You know,
anyway.
just saying, just saying.
It's an auxiliary, and it has its own name, so you can.
But I don't think.
What
you
are they
understand-
called?
Well, that's buy the skin to find out.
I can't even remember. Helen had to name
Good
it.
dodge.
Sorry, Helen.
We make sure our microtransactions focus on the ability to customize nipples. It's a very
It's very important to us.
Yeah, we find that people,
Although I don't think you know what you were asking for when you wanted no nipple tassels, so I'll just leave it at that. You can decide the version that you want to see.
the tassels stay on in my build.
Yes. It's something.
Okay, that's a lot of time about nipples.
Sorry, yeah.
That
No more
is a
nipple
lot of
talk.
time about nipples.
A couple other fun things that are coming in Dante Unbound that we haven't talked about yet that are kind of silly, goofy, fun. If you have seen the Gauss Prime Access trailer, anybody see that trailer? Yes?
I'm thinking everyone here
you may have
has.
seen a fun animation that Gauss does, and we've decided the team turned it into an emote, so we have a little video clip here.
I was
to
wondering
show.
if they were going to do
You can
that.
put this
Honestly,
emote
I was
on
wondering.
Any Warframe you would like if you want to show off just how fun and goofy you are. You can put this, it'll be in the market as some other emotes are, and you can put it on any Warframe that you'd like.
Well, no, you have to pay for it. That's
That's what I said. You
That's
get
our
it in the market.
second microtransaction.
Okay,
This is
okay.
only a microtransaction panel.
Speaking-
Nipples
Oh,
and
no.
taunting.
Speaking
Bad
of
time.
other microtransactions,
I
Void
felt
Shell
like it
skins.
looked a
We
little
love
earlier than
Void
the
Shell
trailer
skins.
one
We actually have
does.
3 coming
Just
in
putting
this
it out there,
update that
yeah.
we haven't shown yet.
Like
The
an
first
18 team.
being for Banshees.
Yo,
We have a little
good
video
licks.
here to show
Thank you very, very much for
what that's
resubscribing. You got
look
yourself that
like. If you're
lovely
any
full
Banshee
pot of 12
mains out
months.
here.
Cheers, good licks.
My third frame in the year recap. I got the email from the Warframe marketing, and it was like, here's your top 5 Warframes this year. And Banshee Prime, well, because I was doing the Banshee Prime challenge with Pablo, and I could have won if I had this skin.
Put it at the top. So
This
yeah. She's getting a Void Shell, and then our next one is
All right,
Loki.
another Void Shell,
We'll be
30.
getting a Void Shell. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think,
yes,
yeah.
the Loki player in the audience.
Loki's also getting some tweaks this update.
He
So
is,
he's getting
yes.
some buffs.
An augment as well.
An augment as well.
Decoy is getting some looks at. So yeah, he'll be getting a
I've
Void Shell.
already made the
And
changes
the
to
most
my
important thing,
D&D
customizable
Warframe project
invisibility.
to account for
yeah,
Loki
yeah, so
changes
you
as
can
well.
actually
That's already
see
been
that skin
implemented.
that you paid money for
While you're invisible.
while you're invisible.
Damn, what a game.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, Necros will be getting a Void Shell skin.
Bone Daddy.
Oh, there he is. Yes, beautiful.
She went there.
Yeah, he's yeah.
Well,
he's one of
I'm
the-
surprised at this
I
point.
remember the Necros update 10.
That's kind of when I came
that
around.
update 10?
Update 9, I think.
9 or 10.
10-ish, yeah.
Hey, good thanks.
Yeah,
I
nice
appreciate
little
it. Thank you very
fantas.
much.
Yeah.
Lived a long time.
And another little fun thing we're doing. Do you want to set the stage for this?
So some small Loki changes, Penguin. Decoy is getting a hit point rework, so we'll have
We've
a
had
ton of them.
cosmetic bunny ears and Warframe
And
that we
invisibility,
shave
you can
off
change it so you're
every
not
year.
fully
Those bunny
invisible, so you can
ears-
still
As
see your
it should
fashion.
be.
But,
Those are the core ones.
no one
Switch teleport no longer force staggers
they
you
put
when
all
you use
this
it as
tech
well.
into the fur upgrades for Kubros. So as you know, your Kubros are going to look better. They have new fur graphics. And we were like, well, what if the bunny ears got fur and then we made them permanent? Yes. Yes. So
What are they
we have a
cooking?
little video to show you what that could look like. New Kubro fur. Look at it.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
come on. So
Yeah.
these are going to be launching April 3rd, doing a little seasonal April
I see.
little vibe there. So you'll be able to pick these up permanently if you would like to. Look at them.
Permanent
Look how great
fluffy
they are.
bunny
Yeah, and
ears.
they're
All right.
color customizable. They have beautiful, I think if you see them in different lighting, they'll have really realistic bunny ear textures. And you know, it's one of those things that if you don't like them, you don't want to see them around. I'm sorry, but the people that do want them
Sorry,
should
Deb.
be able to have them.
Yeah, I'm totally Seymour Skinner right now.
Yeah, I know. I
feel like I need to make some changes to my Grendel.
At the end of the day, I've heard
There
it's
are
too
a few
long
things
to-
cropping up I need
You know,
to
maybe
address
I'll change
here.
my mind and rip them off.
Oh.
No, just like the wings, they're there for.
I-
Oh,
they're for good.
don't bring
Yeah.
out the wings.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are just a couple fun things coming in Dante and Bound.
Yeah,
Again,
Lucas, some
launching
things would be
next
nice.
week, all
We'll see on that. We'll
platforms.
see. I'll keep
March
bugging
22nd.
them.
Not the bunny ears, though. You
Not
have
the
to
bunny
wait
ears,
for those.
April 3rd.
Really key, important thing.
Yes. Now let's move into something that has not been teased, not been accidentally revealed, no one's guessed it, who our next Prime Warframe could be.
Any guesses on who the next Prime was?
Any guesses?
It's Dante.
I heard Excalibur. Version 2, maybe? No, I'm just kidding. Yes, Protea. Oh, hi. Protea Prime is our next Prime.
No one saw that coming. No one saw that coming.
Crazy.
What a shocker.
Does she have a universal aura polarity by any chance?
She might.
Okay.
She might.
She's the best.
Any Protea players out here? Yes. I know you're a main. Lots
Protea,
of
the
players.
one
So Protea
on the
Prime
most
is gonna be
recent
coming
thumbnail
up.
on my videos, no less,
Here
as well.
She is in kind of her different stage.
So I'm glad that has become immediately out of
visor up,
date.
visor down, whatever it
sense.
is you decide to do. The team really was cool to watch them work on this. They wanted to keep her kind of mech and tech, but also like kind of flower influences.
She
as
is named
well.
after a flower. The Protea is the South African flower.
Oh,
And of course, her
Little
gear
bit
will
of
also be
real world
primed
lore,
as
there we go.
well, her turrets, her belts.
If you've slept on Protea, I cannot emphasize enough how good her.
She's legit.
Yeah, she is
Yeah.
so fun. Yeah.
I mean, she is
This
a
is not me
very,
trying to sell
very
you another
effective frame. Yeah.
microtransaction either. She's just a great frame. You will like
She's
her.
one of the frames I
swear.
recommend for the Grendel
But of
missions.
course, without any
'cause she's
prime
just
and
so damn
prime
good at it.
weapons, so she will come with the Velix Prime, which is the artist is Vadim here, who did the concept, and then Vladi
Hello, Fido York.
did the
Welcome on in.
render for this, the model for this. So it looks amazing. She'll be getting the Velix Prime. Then the Okina Prime as well, dual daggers.
Bet you forgot about those, didn't you? It's a good weapon. It's
Okina
cool.
Prime.
They're only
Okina.
Sai.
It's been a minute. And then accessory-wise,
Can't say I remember
the
that.
Rocktrine Prime Syndana, concepted here by Corey beautifully, and
Makes sense.
Fyodor did the rendering here for it as well in the model. So she looks beautiful. And she'll also have a little bonus alternate helmet. Look at the movement on that.
Oh, an alt
Looking
Prime
good.
helmet.
Moving parts.
Oh,
Moving parts. And she'll also come with
That's
a
different, yeah.
ephemera, but we don't have an asset for that yet, so you'll just have to wait for
So
that.
you could spoil the frame, but not the ephemera.
Yeah, I'm keeping that one close.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
You're not allowed to see it. So yeah, Protea Prime will be our next Prime joining us. Will she have a trailer?
She actually will. They're
Yeah.
working on it right now. Yeah.
we got a Protea
Gauss
Prime trailer
Prime trailer,
confirmed.
yeah.
Up and
that's,
coming. That's good too.
I had to. Yeah, I did have to warn the team. I think they learned their lesson.
Yeah.
Like Gauss took a lot out of them, so they're.
Oh, you make it sound so punishing. They learned their lesson
was-
for making that awesome trailer. It's not
They had a
like
lot
that.
of fun doing it, but I think leading up to TennoCon, they're kind of approaching Protea.
Yeah, we have this really
Yeah.
tough, well, not tough, but there's a lot coming that we'll get to in this.
So it's going to be a little bit of a
The scope of her trailer is not as much as Gauss. That came at a time.
there we are.
But it's very cool.
Smaller
amazing.
scope.
It's very cool.
Makes sense.
So watch it when it's out, but remember this talk.
I know. I feel like we underhyped it.
I know.
It'll be great. Speaking of
Gauss
it'll
and
be
Core
great,
both had alt Prime helmets? Did they
Warframe is
both?
not
Okay.
the only game that Digital Extremes is working on.
Shows how much I keep up with fashion. I am Kendrick after all.
Soulframe.
Who does that?
Yeah, speaking of
Yo,
That
Miralabe, thank you very much for gifting us sub there to
Jeff,
Oh No
talk to us.
CV.
How's Soulframe?
Oh no, CV around. Make sure you
You're a
thank Miralabe for that one.
I always
Miralabe,
get insecure
cheers indeed
talking
for
to
that.
our ninjas about the game where you can pet
Oh.
rabbits.
Cheers indeed.
But
but we have rabbit ears now.
Oh.
it's full circle. I'm sure some of you have heard us talk about Soulframe before, but those who don't know, it's the game that we're working on. It's very much a sister project to Warframe, why we embraced the Soulframe branding. It's right now in its very early closed alpha that we're calling our Preludes build. And
I mean,
we're
that is
handing out
very
keys,
early.
to people to play it. And what this is doing is helping, partially new team get used to the production cycle of a live service game, but it's also helping us kind of make something stable and kind of get updates on. And we're getting really good feedback from the player base that we have now in our Discord that Sarah is collecting for us. So this is just a little highlight reel of
I've not
kind of
signed
what
up to
you
be
can
part
see
of any of
our
this early
Prelude
testing
build.
for it.
And if people still want
Just
to have
kinda-
access to it, just to
I'll
clarify,
wait for it to be
you
more
still
done
can get
game.
access to this. It's not closed off. You just have to go to soulframe.com and sign up. And this might be news for the team back home.
Oh no.
We have ambitions to kind of get a pretty good wider release for this this year. We're talking
This
about
year,
what
okay.
our founders program can kind of be with that. It'll be a bit more of an open concept one. It won't be as exclusive as Warframe. So there will be more details to come with that, but I think we're going to be sending upwards of maybe 2,500 keys out a week. So by all means, sign up.
That's a
and
lot of keys, yeah.
Keep checking your email.
Early days. It's very much
Early
like
days.
Warframe's
Yes,
early
it's
days.
feeling
Yeah.
very familiar.
Yes, it is.
Back to those old days. But
But you brought a little treat with you.
yeah, a little highlight reel of our Fey Pact that you can play as in Preludes.
Just to be clear, Hellgamer, I'm not writing off Soulframe. I'll just say I'll look at it when there's a game, not a development project. There's
Where
enough
beyond
games
the
out there for
veil
me.
did I chance to see you, the little minnow in the clear, a foundling here of
No moon.
mother's sorrow, conveyed to me by beaver, by sparrow. Blighted, yes, or so they say, more righted though, in fayish way.
Okay.
So come gather motes of living world. Come gather arms against old and herd.
That's an interesting floating skill, fair enough. And disintegrate them
And
into
join
butterflies,
our
as you do.
family beyond your blood. For blight is child of everyone, even bears.
Yep, that's a bear. I think we can all agree that is in fact a bear.
Yay, Soulframe!
A bear in a trailer is a risky move these days since Baldur's Gate.
I did.
Oh,
I'm so glad you mentioned that to me after. I didn't even think about that. That's amazing.
she's having a little too much fun there, I
Awesome
think.
work with the team
Just
back in London.
slightly
Yeah,
little
and
too
we'll have,
much.
obviously more to share at TennoCon,
Yes,
perhaps.
we'll definitely give more insights, and
We have a 30-minute demo again.
30
we
minutes.
probably got a little too ambitious. You guys, last TennoCon, sorry about that. We'll, yeah.
It's,
We're figuring
you guys
it out.
should be very proud. It's very
Yeah.
cool. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Can I have a key? No, still no.
I don't know.
Nah.
That's all right. So there's lots to look forward to for Soulframe, Preludes. We have TennoCon coming up, Dante Unbound next week. But that's not all for Warframe that we've been cooking up.
Yes, there is. So to set the stage, as you know, Whispers in the
the
Wall
outbreak
launched in
cuts it out,
December
right.
of last year. Hopefully you all got a chance to play it. If
That'll
you
be
haven't,
Twitch.
there,
It
it's
did not
free,
warn
it's
me an
going
outbreak was
anywhere.
due there.
And we're doing Dante
Sorry about
Unbound
that.
next week. We're adding some pretty interesting deep Archimedia consecutive missions. Lots coming. We've talked about that update to death, so I shall speak no more on it. But we're trying to get an update out between Dante and TennoCon. So we know TennoCon's July 19th, and we know Dante's next week. So in the background, in addition to 1999, we've been working on a story that I think we've wanted to tell for the better part of 2 years now.
Yeah, at least.
Right.
At least.
It's been talked about for a while.
So we're really going to try, and we'll keep you posted devstream after devstream on how things are tracking towards it. But one of the most beloved and interesting and sometimes friend, sometimes foe characters in Warframe is the Stalker. So we have an update dedicated to the Stalker that we're
That's
hoping
cool.
to come soon. We'll talk about it a lot next devstream, but this is a really important topic for us for a lot of reasons. You know, whether you're new to Warframe or you've been with us for a long time, if you've played every quest and then some, you know the role he plays in the identity of the Tenno, of, like I said, friend or foe.
He
Who
is indeed
he?
very much a
What is
stalker.
he about? So why don't we take a first look at, well, you can intro it, and I can talk about it more once we see what I'm talking about. We have a picture.
Well, before we show that picture, before we show that picture.
Oh my God, there's more. Oh, right.
So, no, you're okay. Last year we showed you a different picture, Ureli Deluxe.
Okay, we're going to show you so many pictures.
More pictures. Ureli Deluxe is going to be in this update that we are talking about. So here's her concept that
right.
Manish worked on.
Ureli
Render,
cult.
Isaias, and
Now's your moment.
This isn't the final form, but we wanted to show you kind of the progress on here because we showed you the concept art last year. So she'll be coming with her Deluxe Marilina, as we can see here. And then as well, the Compressa Deluxe will be coming if you are a Ureli user, who's also getting some an augment in
That's
Dante
right.
Unbound.
That's right. Yeah, if you haven't given her a shot, since, you know, depending on where you get your Warframe news, if you play it yourself, the skin is gorgeous. It's very edgy looking, and then you can actually play with her, of course, even now, and she's kind of kick-ass, so
Yes.
enjoy.
But now to that picture you were alluding
Okay, yeah,
to.
so Megan's photo show is done. Okay, let us
Squid jellyfish?
speak on
Yeah. It's all
Jade.
still on the same kind of themes.
Here you see something, all of this is brand new. It'll probably take you a while to parse what's actually going on here, but it's setting the stage for, maybe you can guess what that is lurking in the background. Obviously, Stalker gets from place to place using
Is that a
some
landing
type of
craft?
landing craft
That-
of its own.
It is,
So
okay.
that'll be perhaps his, and then Jade stands in the forefront.
57th Warframe.
57th
holding a weapon
Warframe
of
announcement.
her
Jade.
own
Okay.
design, and you'll learn a lot about all that in this will be at this
The Jade
time,
Light
out
from the Oracle?
We're going to be glued to the leather chairs with sweat after this out of fear. But this is going to be a
All right,
cinematic
all right.
quest update from the Stalker's point of view.
It has a very cool script, and
Yep.
there is cinematics in production for it.
Yes.
So the shovels are in the ground.
Yep.
Cinematic
And our goal
quest by the
is
sounds of it.
to
Okay.
Get it out to you before TennoCon, and we'll keep you posted on how we're tracking for that. But there's going to be a lot we won't tell you because we want you to kind of go into the quest pretty blind.
Yep.
But we'll give you
good
enough
idea.
so you can at least get a sense of what the update's about, when it might be coming out, and at what point in the game you need to be to play it, right? So you don't want to, convince your friend to play it, and then they have to, grind the whole story before they can get there. So we'll give you all the info that you would need to successfully enjoy Jade Shadows. We're also hoping to do another clan event with it to give you another way just
Cool.
to earn, Arcane Farm and other things similar to how we did with Gargoyle's Cry. So this is a sometime between. It's
I will say at
definitely
first
not
it looked
March,
like there
'cause
was
that's
a
Dante, so that's a write-off.
Harrow's
Certainly
old
not gonna be
helmet
ready
there,
in
but
April. So sometime
obviously it's not
between
Harrow.
May, June, and TennoCon, we'll maybe.
Perfect.
Yeah,
confident.
Harrow helmet and then Jaya kind of
It's fine, but yeah, we're very excited for this one.
flowy dress.
That's Jade,
It
which
did
means, does
seem to
anyone
have
know
those
what
kinds
that
of
means
themes
if we have a
together,
Warframe
didn't
that
it?
starts with a J? There's only one letter we don't have.
What's the letter?
U. J is the second last letter we need.
Rub's very
I
adamant
think this is like
about
her
this.
top priority.
Yeah, sticky corners,
Sticky
a
corners
Warframe
in the alphabet.
with every.
It's
Oh,
a
I
cool
can't
priority.
wait.
I
Oh
could
my
get
God.
behind
Yeah.
that.
All right.
That'll be the
I mean,
day.
we have Umbra, but
Umbra doesn't count because it's Excalibur
Okay.
Umbra. If the
right.
Arsenal said Umbra Excalibur, you would probably win in court, but in this court,
It's the stage.
okay.
case dismissed.
Fair enough. I've been told.
All right. Probably what you've been waiting to hear about more is
The alphabet.
the alphabet. Numerical alphabet, 1999.
Oh, what's that?
You tell me, Reb.
Long time ago
Okay.
in the late
What is
1900s.
1999? This is a Warframe update that you are going to learn about from now at 10OCon. We're really excited to bring you into a very different style of update, but it's still core Warframe in every way. That I promise you. It is indeed a Warframe update. The setting,
not a Carl
the
update.
story, the characters, like any Warframe update, they're going to be new. Arthur, of course, is the what we're calling the poster man. Take Excalibur, our poster boy, and then Excalibur is Excalibur. He is not Arthur. They are different characters, just so people don't think we've taken your arsenal Excalibur and turned him into Arthur. You'll meet Arthur. What happens in your meetings is TBD. You'll have to watch 10OCon to find out.
Right.
But this is a major update that we're working on, and like all our
curious,
major
Gennix,
updates,
yeah.
it's going to be risky. It's going to be very narrative focused, and we're bringing as much new as we can. And today we're here to talk a little bit about it and show you some things, and then of course at 10OCon even more. But we won't leave you hungry today. That much I pledge.
Nice.
What else? Anything to say? I don't know. What is?
I'm
Yeah,
just
let's see.
as like
What else they got?
someone kind of on the periphery of it. I'm kind of blown away by the size of it, just the amount of content that's being made already. And I think even just calling it an update is a bit of an undersell for.
I just don't want anyone to leave a headline. Warframe makes another game or something.
it's definitely
it's
not
not
that.
a single player. Unless some people thought it was a single player
No.
spin-off.
I think
It's
some
not.
people did think it was like Warframe 2 or something.
It's actually Warframe 1999.
So, yeah, sorry.
With the introduction it had
And
originally,
it's
that's
really
weird. With the
a-
introduction it had
gonna be a
originally, it
different,
did
weird, fun
indicate some
chapter
kind
in
of
Warframe, of course,
breakaway.
free. Those nipples
Yeah.
stay on, and
I don't know, so I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe you didn't have your Weetabix.
customizable. No.
yeah, well, we do what we must.
Delicious.
But yeah, we have a a special guest. Is this a special guest time?
I don't know if our special guest
Is he
ready.
is he awake?
He literally. Okay, can
was
everyone
taking a
yell
nap.
"Wake up, Ben"? 3, 2, 1. Wake up, Ben!
Oh, there he is! Everybody, Ben Star! Yay, Ben Star!
I'm going to just be honest, I don't think I know who Ben Starr is.
Welcome.
Hello, everyone.
And what
Just
brings
gonna
you
say-
here today?
I'm here to talk about the nap that I just had. Oh my God, it was nice.
Did we bore you?
No, you didn't bore me. You exhausted me.
Ah.
We've been spending a lot of time together.
Voice acts for Arthur. Ah, okay.
No, it's been amazing. Thank you for having me.
Welcome.
But why have we been spending time with you, Ben?
Because
if you don't know.
we've been working on Warframe 1999. I'm
Right.
very excited to get to work on this. When you messaged me and said, "Would you be interested?" I was like, "Yeah, I would."
Makes sense, Lucas. It's
and
training
it
chat.
has been
Of course,
a
we're going to try
complete
buy
joy
Okina
from
ribbons
start
now.
to finish. You guys have embraced me. Thank you to everyone who's come up to me at some point in the past couple of months and said they're excited about it. You are an incredible fan base, and the support that you've already shown me, even before you've seen anything, has been incredible. So I really want to thank you.
Warframe community forever and ever, my
Yeah.
soulmates.
So thank you.
And
Esprit?
now you're here.
Esprit, I'll let you
Now
have that
I'm
one.
here,
And that's
so I'm
right.
done,
good.
everyone. Thank you so much for having me.
To put that into context, you're the voice of Arthur,
I'm the voice of Arthur.
who we see here.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
So Arthur is a very mysterious character who I am bound by NDA to say very little about.
understandable.
Tiny bit. But I think the most amazing thing about being a part of this opportunity is about exploring a completely new character, exploring kind of the conflict between the humanity and the not human, I think, is really exciting. And yeah, it's been a real treat. He's really cool. He's so cool.
He is so
He's so cool.
Okay,
I think
cool,
the problem is
cool.
I'm not very cool, so I get to play like really cool people and pretend. That's the best thing about being an actor. And this is such an amazing update. It's massive, the scope. What you guys want to do, I think,
Yeah.
is really amazing from what you've let me know about. And I'm really excited to show more. Do you want me to?
Do we want to show it now? You're
What's
the
the
boss.
vibe?
We're looking to you for direction.
I am actually
Hellgamer, cheers.
needing more time because it's only 3:34. So
Oh, they've
we
run
need to
quick.
talk about some other stuff. He's really sexy.
But he could be, there's like
There's a lot of humanity to it. I think that's what what draws me to characters. We've always spoken about how whatever we want to do, we want to make this character relatable. He's going to be a badass. He has a samurai sword, and like he looks amazing. And those of you who've played Whispers in the Wall, you got the first opportunity to play him, and you heard some of my. So thank you for that.
Thank you for the huzz.
Yeah, you're so welcome.
Yeah.
Also, there's
What a way to describe one's work.
it's really cool. So you kind of get an idea of what he's going to be like. But
He's not. He's alone in that.
he is.
But he's talking to someone. Did anyone pick up? And this is the opposite of the Q&A. This is our Q&A to you. If you played Whispers in the Walls, did you hear something? And feel free to yell it out if you know. We're among friends here. Like, I heard a mag back there.
Okay, that's what
So
you
we're
heard.
gonna
Yeah.
take you with us. We're gonna show you Proto-Frame Meg, but not till we're ready. So you're gonna see her today.
I feel like we're ready now. You just told everyone.
It was obvious if you played the update.
I guess.
It was obvious, yeah.
But we should talk a little bit about what a proto So Excalibur is a Warframe, and Arthur is a Proto-Frame. So just to start giving you, like, if you're here and you work on our wiki or something, and you want to start, doing some seed pages there, Proto-Frames will be introduced. Perhaps you've seen some scribbles on Albrecht and Trotty's walls in the
There have been
Trotty tile
details
set, so
around,
you'll get
yeah.
a little sense of what's coming there.
And we were talking earlier about how they're two different
Yes.
things. Like there's Excalibur and then there's
That's right.
Arthur, and they're meant to
And
be.
then there's Ben,
And then
not
there's
Arthur.
Ben.
So if Arthur says something you don't agree with in game,
Yeah, just come to me. There'll be a PO box that you can send all of your complaints and questions to, and I'm really nice. I'll respond to every single one.
I don't know about that.
I will.
Santa doesn't reply to me ever. so-
Yeah, no, we spoke about that yesterday.
Yeah.
This is deep lore people don't need to know about.
Yeah, we
but
talked about Santa yesterday.
We talked about, and this
Wouldn't
is we've got to
be
kill some
frame
time.
type low, standard frame low, and prime frame? We don't know,
Well,
Hellgamer.
it's Christmas.
I
We
think this
don't
is
know.
really great stuff. That's really
One
worth
would
a
imagine, but we don't
Warframe live dev stream.
No, it's not.
It is.
it's not.
Where did you send your message to Santa when you were a kid? Did you send it to like a little? We had a little post box at the supermarket where I'd send it.
Okay, now we're going to do the. But we're happy to announce we have a Santa microtransaction Warframe coming.
And I think that's what we really wanted to push was all of the microtransactions that we're
Yeah,
pushing
and
today.
you actually Arthur will be silent in the quest unless you pay for the Ben line.
$1 per line.
Yeah.
So, I think that's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, because that's and Soulframe's the same, right? Like.
Oh man, don't get me in trouble.
Okay, I'll stop. Right.
All right, fine. Speaking of Santa, we brought a gift to you.
We did.
Did we?
Yes.
Yes, we're
They
allowed
are
to talk
dogs, yeah,
about that now.
yeah.
Now that I filled it seamlessly, we wanted to show you something really cool that we've been working on because when we're talking about humanity, we're allowed to? When we're talking about humanity, you don't understand and can perceive humanity without reacting to others. And Arthur may be the poster boy, but he is certainly not alone. And
I can feel him
today we want to
very
show
carefully
you
tiptoeing
a really
around what
cool
he can
thing.
say.
Am I allowed to?
Go for it.
Yeah. So this is a little sneak peek of what you might experience in the coming months and years.
Months and years. All right, play the video.
He's really hedging there. Arthur Katana Remoto Bike, alright. You're gonna dull your blade, mate.
So, you're coming, are we?
It's a party, Arthur. Of course not.
Well, rip Metal Crane.
Let's watch it again.
Let's watch it for 50 more minutes. Shout out to, obviously, the team back home. They really rallied together to put that all together. The bike?
What was what's
Can
the
we
deal
talk
with
about a
that?
bike?
That's called the Atomic Cycle. So Atomic Cycle, the Atomy Cycle. It's
The-
going to be
the
something
Atomic
we'll talk
Cycle.
a lot more about at TennoCon. You can
Right.
call it Atomy for short, the Atom. So many ways
I'm very jealous.
of the. Oh, is that
I'm
right?
very jealous of it.
Well, it's going to have a pretty big role.
It's rad.
So, yeah.
Oh God,
And,
Matisse,
that's gonna be
don't
something
say
that
such
will
curses,
be very
no.
clear to you how we're going to integrate that into 1999. And I'm very, very excited for that as a little bit of a, you know, you just call me a gearhead. I don't know. I've never actually been on a motorcycle. I'm not allowed. So
I
this
think
is
the
it.
problem is also we want to say
Not
so
allowed.
much.
I know.
Kind of can't. It's
Yeah.
like, don't worry, trust us, guys. It's really cool.
Yeah, you'll love it. But yeah, so that is that's a very important part of the foundation.
Yeah,
of
so the prelude to
1999 as well.
Cyberpunk 2077 is actually
I think
Warframe
it's
99.
The stuff that I've seen and that you've allowed me to be a part of makes me very, very excited. And I think it's the Warframe that you know and love, but just ever so slightly different. And I think it's quite exciting.
It is core Warframe, just to make that
Cool.
super clear. Like, you are going there, you'll see how, you'll see in what ways, but you and your Warframe experience will be in 1999. There's not, it's not, I don't know, it's not Duviri, or I'm allowed, but like
Not
it's-
Duviri, not Carl,
it's-
it's
it's-
Warframe.
But Duviri's
Obviously,
awesome. So
obviously we have Ben Starr as Arthur. And
I think there's a lot of people
May
happy to hear
Aoi,
that.
As you heard in there, is voiced by Alpha Takashi. So if you've played Cyberpunk 2077, she has Cyberpunk. She has her voice in there as well. So it was really cool to work with her, and you'll
Cream.
obviously hear a lot more about her in 1999.
That's right.
At TennoCon.
Yes. Yes, and the designs and such to come are, you know, we have lots of road ahead for all things 1999.
All right.
Ooh.
We are on to
That
the
does sound
Q&A
interesting.
portion of this stream.
We're still gonna need a
we're
whole bunch of
bit early.
details.
So
We're gonna
if
have to wait,
anyone
but yeah.
wants to do any questions to us, anyone on this panel, there's a microphone right there. Go ahead and line up. Oh, I see hands shooting up.
And there's also a microphone on the other side if you want to, if you don't mind turning both lines.
I don't know if they said
And we
give
have
it,
our,
sorry.
staff
Or if
there
they
that
did,
can help.
it
But
went
yeah,
in one ear, out
because
the
we
other.
don't have our Twitch chat up, and we're usually engaging with chat
Yeah, I
and giving
can't
away
see the
prizes, so
chat.
we're kind of being jokers. But we are so super excited to do live Q&A because
oh my gosh.
back in the day.
Okay, this is going to take some time.
No,
I
that's
love
good.
it.
We have time. No, our dev streams used to be all about Q&A, so doing it live is a very fresh vibe. So you there in the, is that a Revengeance shirt? Is that the Uniqlo Metal Gear shirt? Hell yeah, dude. Yep.
What is your question?
Raiden for life.
When will my man Caliban get some buffs?
I mean, that's a solid opening
I bet half the room's
question.
going to sit down because everyone has that question.
That's a strong response.
I know. To be honest, if I could say something now, I would. But he is very much under the gaze of Pablo, we'll call it.
Can we just start making promises for Pablo?
No, Pablo. If Pablo were here, he'd say, "Ask me at TennoCon."
Okay.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Great shirt. Great shirt.
All right, we're over here now. Hi.
Whoa.
Hello. What is your question?
Are any of the other Warframes going to be getting reworks like Loki is?
Oh, it's all reworks.
We are doing
Come on.
Leonardo's rework with Dante Unbound. We actually do have our sights set on someone, I won't say who. And then Loki, we actually aren't considering reworking because we're worried about, well, I'm going to speak for Pablo a little bit because him and I talked about this. And it was kind of the meta of Loki's peak versus Warframe now. If we went into a direction that would take away a lot of his identity, we wouldn't be happy. So it's kind of like as simple as we don't really have any great ideas at
Right.
the same time. And because of that, not a priority, especially since some other frames are a little more bruised, let's say. But yeah, I'm sorry for the Loki lovers out there, but no rework is planned or ideated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Agree, Matisse. Yeah,
And we're
Invis is
back to
very
this
strong.
microphone.
Yeah.
Hello. Hi.
Well, before you ask a question, I would like, because I think this would be fun, can every person strike a pose when the light lands? I think that would just to, like, surprise us, like, make it fun. You don't have to, but also maybe.
Should I strike a pose right now?
Yes,
Yeah,
please,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Oh, good. That's good. 10 out of 10.
All right, so my question has to do with like the newest trailer. I saw Meg and I was like, she looks so cool. What inspired that design? If you can answer that.
Liger.
Liger did
Li-
a lot of work into this.
Liger.
Yeah.
Liger.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Liger did Arthur and Aoi. We have a. You'll
So
see
just
more
will adverts will just rotate around. That's how Twitch run.
Vision for those
That was a
two proto
fucking
frames.
loud motorbike, Jesus.
Arthur being sort of the Boy Scout that we're calling the Boy Man.
Man Scout.
Scout
No,
man.
Scout,
man.
Man Scout.
Man
Man
Scout.
Scout.
Not Boy Scout, Man,
Man
Scout,
Scout.
which is totally weird without context. And then Aoi, we really wanted.
Yeah, that was Arthur, yeah.
To bring a version of Mag as the proto frame that we felt.
You heard the motorbike?
could
Yeah,
just
sometimes they're
deliver
really
on
loud.
a nice contrast to Arthur. So Liger took it
And there's a unit theme.
Yeah.
Which is why they kind of have military gear
Yes.
on them.
Yeah.
So if you were to see
That's why we're having
potentially
Carl.
other proto frame designs, they
At
might
10:00.
Again,
might
they're not going
share
to give us
others.
anything much to share on that.
All
You
right,
just know
Pose
it.
over on stage right. Hi.
No.
I respect that.
I like
respect
it.
it. I respect it.
I have two questions. One, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure there's been like distaste for pseudo-exalted weapons and their stat sticking.
Correct.
Stat sticks, okay.
If you do get rid of that interaction, any thoughts on how pseudo-exalted weapons would be buffed to compensate? And then my second question is, a lot of the later game players, most of what you're doing is trading. So any thoughts on improvements as for the ease of use in the trading, like some integrations from
Pseudo-exalted and trading.
for example? Yeah.
The stat stick and buff question, that's basically you cannot separate those two in my mind. Like if we touch stat sticks, we would have to buff the pseudo-exalteds, or we would have to treat them as true exalteds. We have not
Which
done
would probably
anything
be the
beyond
better
talk
response.
about it. So I could pull up a Slack conversation with Pablo, like, are we going to do anything
But he
about
was very
stat sticks?
quiet,
I
yeah.
think it's really opaque that a player can't get the most out of Korra if they don't know to use like the ceramic dagger with the incarnate, with the ribbon, blah, blah, blah. And that just doesn't feel
It's especially a
good
problem in
to
Circuit.
have hidden, but we're not really going to do anything anytime soon, to be quite honest, because we don't have a great idea. But if we did, we would certainly
Exalted would
not
be a problem with Korra?
leave,
They'd have to
them
buff the
in
stats
their
to compensate for lack of
unstats
ribbons is all.
State, if that makes sense.
Lack of ribbons, lack of
For
incarnate and
trading,
bypass.
Right now, trading chat has become, like you said, it's an end game garden where people are doing ribbon trading, relic trading. I think if we increase the visibility on filters, it might help like 1% of the players, but otherwise, we've shopped around the idea of having a separate ribbon trade chat at the very least, but in terms of what the functionality Warframe Market offers, in terms of like offline or effectively like item posting, we haven't thought too much about. So, but otherwise, I hope those are somewhat okay answers to your very good questions. I got a thumbs up. Thank you.
Thank you.
They've thought about
Spotlight over here.
They've implemented not all that.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Very good.
So this is mainly a question about the drifter. I know on the profile, when you check a player's profile, you can see their operator, but you can't really see their drifter. Is there going to be any changes to let people see their
I think it
drifter?
shows the one that they have
Yeah,
active,
we probably
right?
should, because ever since the Deviri paradox, there's
Yeah.
no point in hiding them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
dear Digital Extremes team at home, if you're watching, the drifter flag is no longer needed. So saith the Boston cohort.
I mean, it could also have maybe all three at once, too. You have your operator, your drifter, and your Warframe, maybe.
You're hired.
I guess a bonus question, maybe new outfits for drifter, too? Like maybe a nice trench coat? No?
We're the Dante.
Try to slip his own thing in.
Dante
Okay.
you're talking about Entradi's trench coat.
Maybe.
What if you could have that in? Never mind.
I saw something.
I saw something too. I don't know what I saw. There's two drifter outfits that are coming upsized in the Dante Unbound.
Yeah, like the
update.
operator version can fit
Yeah,
in your
we're,
drifter.
we're putting two operator outfits in the drifter machine.
Because I was going to ask that as well, but I figured the trench coat would be more important. So.
Yeah, well,
It is important. You're
trench
right.
coat is important.
Yes.
I respect
All right,
it.
thank you.
you.
Very nice.
Hello.
Hello.
First off, Mr. Starr, I just wanted to let you know that I'm a huge fan. Your performance as Clive Rosfield in FF16 was phenomenal.
Thank you.
Respect when you can
My
call
actual
on someone's work like
question
that.
now is, so I've been playing Warframe for about 10 years, humble flex.
Ooh.
And I am Legendary Rank 4. I was wondering if there are plans to add more of an incentive to reach those legendary ranks and more rewards for players like us, besides just Syndicate Static and Void Trace caps increases.
Standing
We
Void
added the
Trace.
slates, we added
post
the
level
relay
30
blessing. I
weapons.
think the social benefits might be a cool angle for us to explore. Like, I think the mastery rank font blessing and relays, the social benefits of
Legendary
being
cool.
a high rank player is a bit unexplored. But in terms of like an actual tactical reward or incentive, I'm thinking more in the social direction right now. But otherwise, I don't know.
Thank you for your answer.
My issue is that I
Thank
wouldn't
you.
want
Your question,
people to feel
congrats to Legendary
forced to
rank
go
4,
to
you're one
Legendary
rank
4.
higher than me
Or
for
even
now.
Legendary 1. I wouldn't want anyone to feel forced to go that far.
When's and where? When's infested liches, Meg?
Oh my god. Okay, maybe we should at least give the children a reprieve and say watch TennoCon.
You just said it, so watch TennoCon.
Okay. Watch TennoCon.
Steve, is that you? Watch TennoCon. That's all I got.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We got a crumb.
Metal Gear shirt number 2. Oh my god. That's the second Metal Gear shirt.
So, I'm seeing this Warframe 1999. I don't know if you guys remember a little game on the PS3 called Dark Sector.
Where's he going?
And I'm kind of seeing a little bit of influence here, and like Excalibur is like kind of your guys' mascot in a way.
You can take,
Yeah.
you got to take that one, Jeff, because you're the OG.
You were
Dark
here.
Sector. Yeah.
We were just
So
talking about that kind
what
of
was the
today
question?
about how when we made Warframe, like when we first it was kind of a desperation, and we had to make something to survive, and we dipped into the pool of content that we had that we never released. So a lot of what Warframe was
Dark
built
Sector
on
was mentioned. That wasn't a
sci-fi
question.
Version of Dark Sector that never came to be. So there's kind of like this really poetic full circle thing where you're building Warframe 99 on inspiration, kind of based on what Dark Sector was when it shipped.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of even kind of like the setting for where it takes place.
Yeah,
has
the code names are the same internally,
yeah.
but
So-
it's yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's kind of cool that there's like this little homage to DE again, kind of coming back up.
Keeping the dream alive.
Cool.
One day.
So yeah, very.
Yeah, thanks
yep.
for spotting that.
Yep.
That's a great.
Very accurate.
Is there like a plan for a remaster? of
No,
Dark
no.
Sector?
There's the question.
1999 is the remake.
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm kidding.
There are dozens of us.
I'm only kidding.
All right.
Spotlight over here.
What we got?
He's meditating. Okay.
A valid pose. Valid
this will
pose.
be a good question.
So my question is, you've already introduced some of the proto frames. Is there going to be fashion proto frames?
Actually, yes.
Valid question. Oh,
And that's all I'll say on that. Yeah.
The answer is yes.
Yeah.
that's a big old breadcrumb right there.
Oh, a little Albert Venturati.
Is Great Prime ever going to come back since you're doing the update to the bunny ears?
Oh, you're keeping a list of all the things that we've joked about. Oh no. I think.
bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yep.
That was an April Fool's joke, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, anything. Jeff, can we bring Great Prime?
You didn't listen to me about the ears,
That's
so.
Yeah. Well, I think it's.
Confirm.
Oh, thanks, man. Yes.
Yeah. If we can get Arthur to say a line about it, then we'll.
Yeah, I'll just say it and put it in the game.
Yeah, it's perfect. We work. It's a collaborative, but we'll see. I mean, there's no reason not to, other than.
That's a good callback, though.
Yeah. Great Prime.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. Amazing.
Great Prime,
I didn't
maybe
really on Kennedy
confirmed.
Jacked in the
Maybe
dark.
just a
Oh
joke.
my god.
Oh.
For you and Megreb, so question, two questions actually. Is Uplink ever gonna come back to the game in some form?
Squad link.
That's a painful
Scarlet
one.
Spear, RIP.
Yeah.
It was so cool, like during when you showed it last TennoCon, and I was like, what happened?
Was it that cool?
You know,
Was it
not
that
in the way
cool?
you might think, but it is not 6 feet under at the office. Like, it's in an urn and it's being like on life support. It's definitely not dead and gone. I can't say anything other than that.
The bit I
now,
didn't
but
like,
if
David,
you
is
liked
that
it and you liked how it made you
it was
feel when you
fake.
were playing connected to another squad. With
It
squad
didn't
with
actually
Uplink,
exist.
We're experimenting really early days with something that we hope you would love. If it works out in the tests, we'll talk more about it at TennoCon. But it's certainly not.
Did you
dead
say it
and
was in an urn?
Yeah.
That's pretty dead.
I mean, that would be pretty dead. Yeah, that's
Someone
cremated.
didn't play Baldur's Gate 3. Ashes
Well.
can be. Yeah, no, it's not earned.
Uplink, to give you it very quickly, the idea was that there were
just
ground
love the
missions
idea of,
to
like,
get codes,
all my, like,
and then there
Tenno
were space
friends,
missions
the
using the
16,
codes,
everyone just
2 squads running
in
side by
space,
side,
on the
one
ground
feeding the
fighting.
other.
It'd be so cool.
I know. It is.
But
it
that
is-
wasn't real.
It's not okay. It's not totally dead.
You
It's
didn't
mostly
require
dead, but not
one mission for the other to happen. They weren't live.
Second question, just one more.
So it's a fake.
Oh, wait, hold on. Second question. Oh, no.
Sorry. I didn't mean to take up too much time. So what, did anyone ever actually go to space?
No,
You guys
they
had
took the
that?
money.
They took the money and ran.
Yeah. As
Good
far
for
as I
them.
know.
Good for them.
Good for them.
Honestly, yeah.
They made the right choice.
I don't blame them.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Huh?
Thank you. All right, now the pose.
Whoa!
There it is. Oh my god.
First time I've seen that.
Hi. So the question that I have is with all the lore for Warframe, all the characters, everything that you have. Has anybody at Digital Extremes ever considered making a tabletop game for it, like a TTRPG or even a war game? So the galaxy of like minis that you could have. I mean, you could look at Games Workshop. You could blow them out completely out of the water. And I'd rather give money to you than them any day of the week. So,
Transactions.
yeah, microtransactions. Yeah, like let me buy my like Excalibur with whatever weapons assortment. So
Working on it.
I just wonder if you guys ever considered it.
There's I know one of our content creators is making a homebrew D&D thing using their, I guess not D&D, I don't know if we're allowed to say, well, it's homebrew, so it's,
TTRPG.
Good catch. Good catch, Reb. Yeah. Separate the two.
We haven't pursued it seriously, but we're all big fans of that type of entertainment. It's just a matter of, do we have the time? like that Stalker update probably won't come for another year. But yeah, it's a time thing. We love it.
I know the feeling.
We would endorse unofficial and for fun and fan versions of it, but until we actually take the plunge to take it seriously, we probably won't have time this year. I agree.
It's up
to you. Thank you.
Have you ever considered kit frames? Like the Zaw?
Oh god, kit framed? Please don't do that to
build
me.
your own thing or the amps, except it's a frame, so you get you pick your own chassis, you pick your own optics.
Yeah.
I get the idea, mate.
Build your own, your frame. That frame is yours.
Minky had a concept for that a long time ago, a modular frame, but I think so we have considered it. It didn't seem
leave it with
achievable,
Zaku.
I think.
It was scope.
Leave it with Zaku.
We wouldn't release a Warframe for a year if we did that, which I guess at the end of the day you get a whole bunch of Warframes because of modularity, but yeah.
Yeah, you get infinite frames that way.
I'm sorry, it's only just kind of setting in
the
that
perfect exploit,
I've technically been
infinite
called out on PAX. Yeah.
Oh.
That's hard to hold, I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's
You know me? I've never seen you before. Except online.
Who are you?
Yeah, exactly.
What are you doing here?
You haunt my dreams.
So I was a little curious, being that you took over as creative director. Are you personally happy with the way that the movement works in Warframe at this very moment, or do you find it at all stagnant at all? The classic bullet jump into the roll into the.
Are you asking me pre or post sticky corners? Because that's a very loaded question.
Post sticky corners, I would say, and just secondarily also.
I don't see why they'd be upset with movement.
Is Soulframe going to be taking a lot of the movement from Warframe, or is it very different? So
I'll go first.
Okay.
It's very much the inversion of Warframe, deliberately. It's going to be a slower paced, more thoughtful kind of approach to combat.
I'm curious as to what their angle was.
Interesting to explore wall running in its original state as a Skunkworks project, but otherwise I love it. I think it's the best moving playing game in the third-person space.
I feel like the cool factor of wall running wouldn't catch up with the speed
gliding.
of
Once you
Warframe.
get good at it, it's hard to go back to games that don't have bullet jumping and aim gliding. For instance, every other game I play and try and bullet jump in doesn't work. But the wall running, I think, does have if there was anything I was going to say oh, maybe we could bring the wall running in a 3.0, I would
I suppose it's cultural.
explore that.
That's pretty much the only thing that I could have thought of was the lore, because otherwise I'm very content with it.
You do haunt my dreams. Got it.
I was just curious if you liked it. Thank you very much.
Waltz.
Thank you.
It just got blacked out. Okay.
He's a thinker.
No question, just posing.
No questions at all. Hi everyone. Somebody asked my Dark Sector question before, so I'm gonna pivot into a two-parter. The first question is actually Soulframe related. I remember in TennoCon you talked about how you were actively trying to avoid the grittier fantasy. Cozy fantasy was the word that was used before. Were there any other inspirations? A lot of the way that, even in the trailer, the way that the character talks, it's very, I'm going to flub the saying, but it's a dynamic Thank you. So feels like there's a lot of other things, like almost Shakespearean things too.
I know Decapitated. I know, kind of wild.
How did that work?
I'm gonna have to.
Inspiration.
Yeah, like we're.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a stream title about that one.
Kind of were just. It was hard for us to decide to like kind of start something new. So I think we just spent a lot of time talking about figuring out what the themes were that we would make us just as excited to start something new as what we were kind of leaving with Warframe. So we really wanted to talk about as we were talking about it, we just got really attached to the ideas of the player as a healer force against the kind of the conflicts that are happening in this world. To simplify it is nature versus technology, but we wanted to kind of lean into like the romance a little bit of it, not the romance like Baldur's Gate, like romanticism like the art movement. Not
Makes
that,
sense.
but I don't know if you're in Preludes, there's some lines in there that might.
Ooh. I'm not in Preludes, so thanks.
Well,
Yeah.
Get in line.
Funnily enough, that does lead into my second question. If you could go on a date with a Warframe, me personally, it's Grendel. Love me pub, love me Messenger Prime, love me pulverize, simple as.
Can I ask what you would do on that date?
No, you cannot.
We would just eat. We would just eat.
No. What would you do on the date?
We would go out for food. Just eat some food. Just eat. Just roll around in a public setting. I don't know.
Yeah, great. That's what I wanted to hear.
Jeff?
Dude knows what he wants.
I was not ready.
Be careful.
If I had a date at Warframe.
Do you need more time?
You can refuse to answer.
How ancestral would it be if I said like Excalibur?
No,
you can date yourself. That's fine.
No.
Oh dear.
That's so Raphael coded of you. Ooh, that's a Baldur's Gate joke for all you tabs out there. Meg, who are you gonna date?
Who am I dating?
Yeah.
Probably Valkyr.
That's your own.
Oh, see? You just followed me. Yeah.
No, I knew I was going to say that. It's my girl. Who are you going to date? Don't say Lotus.
Why choose?
Oh, okay.
All of them.
Ben, who are you dating?
Can you pick one for me? Can you give me 3 that I need to choose from?
I'm gonna you're gonna be with Mirage. I think there's just
I think it's decided.
It's Mirage. Yeah.
Yeah. What would I do?
Just had an arranged date.
Okay. And are we at the circus whilst I'm doing the circus act?
You are the circus.
I am the circus. Right.
Okay.
I hope that answered your question. All right, spotlight over here, I think. Yeah!
Whoa! So for everyone, what was your favorite part of the development for the 99 project? And for Ben, what was your favorite part of voice acting Arthur?
Oh.
There's some really cool stuff that we haven't announced yet about him, and we did some lines the other day, and I thought they were really.
I realised we've just been at break.
Cool.
That again had no warning.
My favourite part about Arthur is how, as with most characters that I like to play, there is something inherently lovable about them, and it's about that. It's about making him a really likable human being, despite his kind of like rough exterior. And the one thing that we're really leaning into is like, how can we give him that gruff, rough? He's going to absolutely.
I mean, Snake, you are right there, I guess.
But he's going to be nice about it. Okay. He's going to kiss you afterwards. But that it's been, and yeah, he's very cool, and you are giving me a lot of free reign to play in that space, and I very much appreciate how much fun we're having. And there's some really cool stuff that you're doing with it that I've very much enjoyed.
We got motorcycles. We got
so it likes
frames.
Arthur because he's cool
like I said, I'm very
and very
I keep
humanly likable.
Got it. Things to work on with you, but
We allow it, but yeah, it's a very interesting space for us
Fair do, Pep.
because I think it's quite sacred
Penguin,
to take
I'm out of
a
tea, so we have to go for the water
silent
now.
game like Warframe
Cheers.
and introduce characters in the proto-frame concept. So I'm treating it as like a sacred right, insofar as we're not being flippant about it. They are their own characters. They are not like that. Isn't Meg? That's proto-Meg, Aoi. That's proto-Excalibur, Arthur. They are different characters, and
A good distinction.
That line allows us to have a lot of constraints for how you as a player interact with your things, and then the world itself.
And I think that's kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Is the ways in which you're exploring that dynamic, I think is really very cool. It's very 90s.
Very 90s.
So
Very
there's
90s.
a lot
that's
to
the
look
aim,
forward
right?
to there. They are still their own characters.
Yes, that you will learn a lot about.
At TennoCon.
Yes, and host. Yeah, you gain 20% more spanners. All subscribers get 20% more.
I just
Tier
have
2
a
and Tier
question
3
for
even
Reb,
more.
and then a general question. Reb, what are the things that plague you?
The things that plague me?
Oh my god,
Oh.
what a deep question.
I mean,
Oh my
Sari.
god.
Don't look at
Jeff Criddle.
Good thing we've still got a while.
I find that my plagues are defended by a supportive team, and anytime I get a bite or an ailment, I'm never alone. So for me, my plagues, they don't have a long lifespan because I'm supported by amazing people that support insecurities. You know, obviously, I don't know what I'm doing, so it's nice.
Not true.
I'm going to be a little lame on Rebecca's behalf. I've genuinely never seen someone care so much.
Oh.
So it's, like, I could, she's so invested. Like, it's like...
That is sappy.
And second question is, when is my girl Titania getting buffs?
Oh,
Buffs?
that is a controversial question because she's quite. I could
Buffs?
see her tribute being a bit more user-friendly in some ways, with this
Yeah,
little
there's
hard to
that,
remember
but-
what each buff does, and I
Buffs?
mean there's other AOE debuffs that outscale it a little bit. So if I had to focus on an ability, it would be tribute. But I think her 4, I mean, those Dex Pixia, they do kill.
They sure do.
But yeah, maybe her tribute would be the first thing to receive tribute. I don't know. But
That would be appreciated.
Noted.
Signed a Titania main.
Make us notes.
Noted.
Notes.
I mean, granted, you know, I look at my main and I like all 4 abilities, so other frames aren't
Sparrow.
eating so well.
It is? It is. I can't really see. Is it a Warframe sweater?
You're up next.
It's a Warframe backpack.
I knew I recognized it.
Wow. What is your question, my friend?
This kind of falls in line with one of the previous questions asked about who would you date, or which Warframe would you date?
I love this
And that is, which NPC do you think that you would be most likely to be besties with?
Ooh.
NPC
besties with. Okay, okay.
Arthur?
You already
A bit more wholesome.
No, just because he's really great. Fibonacci.
Oh.
Because Neil's nice.
We love you, Neil.
Yeah.
Yeah, who wouldn't want to have a great friendship with an ever so slightly cranky fish, you know? I just feel like if you don't have a
Sure.
cranky fish as a friend, what's the point?
What's the point?
I think for me, I'll call him an NPC. I love Ordis. I think, especially like
that's a good one.
little trash can Ordis. I think he's just the cutest thing, and I think we'd be best friends. I think we'd just be besties.
You better say Lotus, Jeff.
Lotus.
Hey.
I'm joking.
I'm cool with Lotus.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm cool with Lotus. She's fine.
I don't know.
This is canon.
I know.
Like,
That's
this
why I
is
got to be
immortal.
very careful.
Oh, yeah.
I think I would take Hard Not to Love Little Duck.
I was thinking of
Yeah.
Little Duck.
Hard
yeah.
Not to Love Little
Yeah.
Duck. We'd
Not
be
a terrible
besties for sure,
shout.
Drinking in the back room.
Totally,
My God.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Thank you for your question.
Nope. Yep. The darkness.
Oh,
How do you do?
Oh my god.
Before I ask my question, I wanted to say, hi, Leon. Hi, Emily. Hi, Mental. I made it.
Oh, you made it.
Anyways, my question today is, now, I know that unfortunately Vesso is confirmed dead.
Yep.
But if Tenshin could have his head crushed in by Era and later reappear in Duviri, where's my treatment for Vesso? Come on, like, Call's getting all the love. What about Vesso?
He died a hero.
He did. Heroic death.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We love you.
Hoping.
I'm sure you mean Vico, though.
Velcro? I don't know. Everybody has different names. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Good question.
Very serious.
Sometimes permadeath does need to happen.
What, haven't y'all seen Josh Brolin smile? I just have one question. When can we get his brother before you get to the letter U?
When can you get his what?
His brother.
His brother?
He's got a brother?
Like, that starts with a U?
No,
Oh.
the V.
Oh, Virgil! That's a Devil May Cry reference.
Right. Yeah,
Well,
okay.
we have motorcycles, so we're kind of, maybe the bike can be named.
I wasn't going to get that one.
Yeah, we could.
Why not?
Yeah, maybe.
And then
You
you
name
can
your
ride.
bike.
Oh, no, I'm not going to say that. Okay. Can't ride Virgil in Warframe.
Okay, my question is about clans.
Oh.
It's if there's going to be more touch-ups on either inter-clan interactions, because right now all of it really is just research or doing operations. So I was wondering if there's going to be more for that, or if you guys are looking more into the future and looking at clan-to-clan interactions, because we haven't really had that since like Solar Rails.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that is going back a bit, isn't it?
Okay, so in the morgue, you have the squad link in the urn, and then we are trying to do more clan events as like the first step into.
There are some shelved
the social
projects.
System reignition. I think that they work for the very by the book tasks you can do in a clan. There's opportunity there that we just have not had time to do properly.
NPCs for clan
but
decor?
I can tell you
see that.
in action, the clan event returns, trophies, rallying your players is our focus. No leaderboards, so there's no like clan v clan or clan and clan stuff yet, but that's like a true and real and factual answer for clans. But based on the question, I'll definitely try to do more.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think we have time for like, oh my God.
Oh, wow.
We'll do like 2 more each side maybe. I don't know how much time we have.
That's how much time.
Okay. Oh, okay.
How much
The
time
big
do we have
timer.
left?
Got it.
So real
You got
quick,
time.
I just wanted to say I haven't played either of these games, but now I'm very interested.
What?
Oh.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank
Yay!
New Tenno's come out of
But I
Cryosleep.
just wanted to say I love your performance as Clive in Final Fantasy, and I was going to see what it would potentially take to get a signature.
Oh. Do it!
Just
Oh
so
my
welcome.
God.
What a nice guy that
Let's make it happen. Great.
Can we get an enforcer to manage the lot? Like,
Okay,
we'll
amazing.
do 2 and then.
Thank
yep.
you. Thank you. You please.
Oh.
All right,
please.
we'll do the question over here.
Yeah.
Who does that?
Well, Clive's in Rossfield land.
Hey guys.
Hi.
So I have a question about game development. So I'm curious on how you guys kind of develop characters as a Warframe team. I've noticed a lot of references to mythology in terms of Atlas and Nasia, and Dante within Dante's Inferno.
Yes.
I'm just curious how that all works.
It's very much it's a library of devs that
deep
have
question.
passions. Like Excalibur being Excalibur is a reflection of Arthurian and initial folklore in the Isles, and then the team just really is diverse and loves really cool shit, and the amount of inspiration we get from people on the team to name things, to focus on thematically, like we have touched eras of lore, mythos that I didn't even know existed.
Yeah, it's a crazy ecosystem of, we're looking at Greek culture and other things.
Oh, you just grabbed that one,
kind
did you,
of
Grumpy?
Seeing what sticks, and especially when it comes to Warframes, we were saying this earlier, like we're still
A
looking
little less
at
on the
Chief
nose,
Thompson concepts that we've had for
possibly the
10
smartest
years.
person on planet Earth.
Yeah.
He's
Keith.
built different, yeah.
All right. Handshake.
Hi. First off, I really like the Seto Kaiba t-shirt.
The what? Oh, no, the Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh my God, I thought you were talking about him.
I was like, surely you're talking about my black
Thank you. I'm glad you noticed.
We can duel later. We'll duel.
It's lovely.
What would I ask?
I was like, I'm pretty sure there's nothing
I've had a
on
lot
that
of my
shirt.
questions
We'll duel
answered
later.
already.
We'll duel.
I did
Sorry
get to
to
speak
take
to
you
them
back into
for a
the
hot minute in person,
morgue.
so
Oh.
I've had a lot
That's
answered
okay.
already.
Void keys.
Oh.
Will there ever be a return to the sort of old Void where you would have
endless missions that would give you just random prime loot?
Okay, this
Do
is
we
we're
want
actually
that?
not in the morgue here. We're in ICU. We've moved up.
Excellent.
Oh my god.
What are we?
Yeah.
Is it visitation
chance.
hours?
Yeah, visiting hours are open, and I loved the old void key system. I remember getting like a T4 or T3 void key, T4 void key, doing a void survival for like 60 minutes straight, and then just piecing out. We did like a soft tease, like a tickle with the Dagoth keys, just to see like, okay, you have a Abyssal Beacon, go run the mission, see what happens. It had wins and losses. Like people didn't really remember that there weren't matchmaking. You had to pre-form, so there was like a lot of user experience problems with that. But
I don't know
that's
why there wasn't
it's not
matchmaking
totally
on that, to be
dead.
honest.
So, yeah, but the Omnia fissures that are coming kind of are that vibe. Like the Omnia fissures are relic agnostic, so you can go into a survival mission in an Omnia fissure, and you can bring any relic and just haul ass with prime gear, like big rig prime gear farm for sure. So,
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a question now, actually.
Yeah,
Omnias.
Oh, finger guns.
Why were many of the
Joe
nodes
with
Do it
skipped?
again. Or don't.
Okay.
Don't do it. I didn't want you to do it
To
again.
hear my own voice.
No.
Sorry.
It's okay.
So my only question is for Protea. Could we actually add a toggle to put like the visor down?
Oh, toggles. Those are the-
Actually, kind of. One of the character artists or the rigging artist working on it was really like, I can't see this properly
Oh,
because
it's
it
a
goes up and
minor
down on its
fashion
own in
thing.
the arsenal, and I
I'll
wanted
step
to be
out
able
on
to
that
see the
one.
state. So
Have what you have.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Possible.
You're right, though. That would be nice.
And thank you for the finger guns.
Yeah.
Back over here.
Hello.
I was gonna do the Harrow thing, but I don't have any weapons on me.
Good to
That's
know.
good. That is
Fair.
So a fashion frame question. We have the Tenno color palettes, which are the main colors for all the different Warframes. Have you guys considered a DE color palette of like Megan's?
I mean,
greatest
Lucas,
hits,
that's not terrible.
Rev's greatest hits. Listen, I know you're surprised, but sometimes I really like Megan's outfit.
Greatest hits?
He'll let us have ears. He will never acknowledge my colors. That is never.
They're good.
I'm just saying that's free real estate.
Transactions. Let's go.
That sounds like a great.
That's
idea.
actually very cute. Yeah,
That's a
That's
great
pretty
idea.
cool.
Yeah.
I like the idea.
And you'd have to guess whose was whose. Like you'd have like row
Ooh.
4 would be like reds and blacks. Whose could that be?
Yours.
Yep.
Do you like Reb's earring?
I have one earring in because they told me the other one was hitting the microphone. So this is not.
Someone else is wearing the other one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alex.
wow.
Alex
You
is
could
somewhere
be-
over there.
Our PR manager has it in his
So
ear.
maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. That's actually a yes.
All
We're
right.
gonna do it.
Yes, we're doing it.
Guys,
That's
yes.
fun.
All right.
All right.
Back over here. Hi. Are you Lucario?
Yes.
Oh my God! Amazing. Continue.
Aw.
All right, so my question actually involves necromechs, and if we're ever going to see other new necromechs rather than the two that we have.
I hate saying probably not
I don't think
right
we have
now.
it. Yeah.
But in the year of 1999, we're not releasing any new ones. Like Bone Widow and Void Rig, we just, in the Dante's Unbound update, Bone Widow enemy AI is getting reworked. So we're like touching up the ones we have before we,
Yeah.
I guess, go to the morgue to grab a skull to put in another. Yeah. So we actually have to go to the morgue for necromechs, but not for the reasons you think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm happy with them
But yeah,
just
so
not
that's sort
doing
of like
much with that for now. 'Cause, yeah.
Answer. Sorry. Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You are holding Clem. I can see it in
can
the dark.
Yeah.
There it is. Oh,
And a Warframe tie-dye
oh
shirt.
my God, so
Give it.
fancy.
This was actually my art final.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, I passed.
Good
10
choice.
out
Good
of
choice.
So my question is, when are we getting more of him?
More Clem. That's a great question.
What's the answer?
Mainline quest?
Maybe. Well,
What's he up to?
We'll see. What is he up to? That's a good question.
He's hanging out at the fort, and
Yeah, that is true. He's actually in many places. He's in Darbo's room. He's in the fort. We'll see. But Clem holds a very special place in
What
our
was he
heart
doing
for a
during
lot of
the new
reasons.
war?
He better.
He does.
he does.
He does.
He's very special.
He's very important.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some car playing poker.
We'll see. We'll see where he goes.
Yeah.
We'll
Comey.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great shirt.
He's not in the morgue, I promise.
No. Oh my God. Back over here.
So I have been coerced into asking a question on behalf of someone that is not here to ask themselves,
Okay.
and he has made it very clear that if I do not get a satisfactory answer, I don't get my family back.
That's great.
Are there any plans to evaluate spawn rates in between console and PC hosts, as apparently it affects reactant drops and loot drops?
Any plans?
That is a
By
very
the way,
valid
just so
question.
You know, this man's family. This man. First of all, best to your family.
Can someone just check on the Discord real quickly for a hostage situation? Because this sounds like
Very
someone from this
carefully.
community.
So there's a symptom and a cause there. The symptom was the stinger to that question, which is, hey, spawn rates for loot and reactant are affected, which are like two different cohorts of problems. Reactants is a microsystem in the void thing. I'm just going to keep talking until you can get your family safely out of there. I'm filibustering the question. But kind of, there's performance reasons that we want everyone to be able to play Warframe on all platforms, but it is true that if you can get stuck with a lower end machine host, depending on the platform, you might not have reactant as quickly as you'd like. I think like the best way I can answer that to guarantee the safety of your family is like the worst offenders for something like that, we can probably fix. We can increase reactant spawn rates to be the exterminate norm across all mission types. So right now, survival, the reactant drops lower because we want you to get to the 5-minute mark hunting for it, but with exterminate, you get it within like the first 3 seconds. So like, and that's regardless of spawn rates. So we can tweak things to make sure that that happens less often. And then for the loot part of it, that's a little trickier to solve. So I think 50%
I need to make a note of this one.
So enjoy your weekend in Boston with your family.
All right, we're going to do one more here and one more here, and then we're going to sign off. So.
And we want to say a big thank you to everyone at DE after as well. So we have one more thing to say before we go. And oh my God, hey, that's what is that?
No.
Is that a Pip-Boy?
They suggested they can do it.
Are you a tunnel snake?
Put the pressure on.
I wish I was that cool.
You are.
So my question is, if you have Drifter selected as your operator, is it under consideration maybe that you could also have the melee combat as well?
Oh. Honestly, we thought it would be a lot more important to keep Drifter melee in Duviri. Like, it's only in Duviri, but like I kind of feel like you could get away with it in core Warframe these days.
I think it could work.
Because like...
Slight problem.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
Pressing melee as operator takes
so
you to Warframe.
I use the weapons as the Drifter. I'm using the Siam, but then I can also use the Siam as a Warframe in core Warframe. So like, why not both?
But
why choose?
There is that logical gap there.
I don't know. Like, I feel like there's a couple. Like, obviously, there's dependencies on having void damage with amps, but like, we could try on some tests.
I'm trying to picture it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also drifters can't really mod.
Oh yeah.
Like there'd have to be that added on feature to it. So I think it's not impossible. It's just
I mean, they could just say mods are disabled because it's not got the Warframe to
all right, last question
empower
over
them.
here. I think I know who this is. Oh, hello.
But then why would you want to use them?
Sure.
Right.
Wow.
Just wanted to say, I just have my picture from 2016. You guys were sitting in Dragonfly, and I was just looking at him saying, wow, how long we've been together for this project. Thank you so much. But my question is, I'm from the Inferno Alliance, Kimmy, and I just wanted to ask that Warframe being a predominantly a PvE game, I was wondering if there was a way to, or if there's been a thought about collaboration among clans or even alliances versus just separately doing events.
They covered that.
Let's get together and do something. I know in the past there have been.
If only we were fighting for democracy, it would be so much easier. Honestly, yeah, I think a total easy and cool way to switch the next clan event up would be instead of clan trophy tiers and instead of leaderboards that's competitive, it's like a clan
collaborative
thing. I think that would be a good, and I think I kind of implied it with the other question, like a social benefit.
They did cover it with the other question, really.
Yeah, I would love that. I would love you to see that you make friends with other clans. That would be very good.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna wrap it up here. You had some closing remarks.
Just to everyone watching from home at like the Digital Extremes team, obviously none of this is possible without the people staying back in Canada, Brazil, everywhere in the world that makes up the DE team. We are here on your behalf to show your work to the world, and thank you for letting us do that. And then obviously to the community that comes out and has supported us for 11 years at PAX. PAX
Oh my God.
Will always be
11 years of
Yes,
Warframe.
and thank you to Ben for
thanks,
coming on
Ben.
stage. Thanks, Ben.
Awesome.
Thank you, Reb, for
Thank
being
you,
here. Yeah. Jeff, thanks for being part of the girls.
My pleasure.
Oh my God,
Anytime.
anytime. All right, everyone, have a wonderful, safe night, and thank you for watching.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Bye.
All
Thank
right.
you.
That is incredible.
And that, I think, is wrapping us up on that entirely. There we go. There was a lot they had to talk about in that. There was a lot they had to talk about in that. Let's yeah, let's kill that. Let's kill that, because... Oh, it's still gonna keep going? If I just remove that, can I... I've turned it off. Why is it still running? I've switched scene entirely. Okay. What the hell is that sound? I've just had to mute that entirely. What the hell? I've turned off the scene. It's not supposed to be active right now. I'm going to have to find some way to kill that entirely. You know what? Just properties. Delete. There we are. Just, to hell with that thing. Wow, to hell with that thing. Yikes, that was... please never do that kind of BitTune music again. Thank you. PAX. No. Just no. Just no. Anyway, right. That aside, we are back onto good old Warframe itself now, having enjoyed that absolutely delicious dev stream. Because there was a lot of good details in that right the way through, wasn't there? There were a lot of good details in that. So, anyone who is joining us now from the dev stream itself, I'm sure there's going to be some of you, welcome on in. We are going to be going on to actual Warframe. I know it's a Friday stream. I know, unusual. We're doing actual Warframe on a Friday stream, but I figured, well, what with the dev stream taking up a whole bunch of it already, it wasn't really worth just jumping into another entirely random game when we can come into this one. And you might recognise the loadout used from the most recent thumbnail if you haven't already checked out the Melee Influence video I put out, I think, just yesterday. As I say, all I remember is running Virgil. Well, congrats, Tom. I see your brain blue-screened at that point there. Nung Voodoo, welcome on in. Best Warframe YouTuber. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I need to update the stream title and make a point that I got called out. I got called out at PAX. Ah. So that's a thing. I'm gonna update the command that's in the stream title as well. Screw talking about the cattle. Let's talk about that a little bit. That there. I did not expect that to come up of all things. So whoever went out there and kind of pitched that idea, thank you very much. You just kind of put it onto Dee's radar that there is interest for it. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. You missed that react? Yeah, so they didn't say it by name, but there is only one person that fits the details. When one of the Q&A questions was someone asking about, is Warframe looking at doing anything with their IP in more tabletop spaces? Maybe like figures, going into tabletop games, that kind of thing. And they go, well, we have got this one creator who is in the process of making all the Warframes into a Dungeons & Dragons thing, or no, should we say tabletop game thing? It's like, yes, yeah, there is someone. It's me, Kenjineer. So, yeah, maybe I should highlight that one. Oh shit, that's you? Yeah, that's me. That was specifically me they're talking about there, which is... Wow, okay, that puts me perfectly in the spotlight, doesn't it? Okay, then. So, here's where it gets really awkward. You thought it was a maid outfit stream they're calling out? Beverly Silver Guy's family? I had nothing to do with the Reaction Guy's family. I had absolutely nothing to do with that, other than also a very valid question. Completely. But yeah, so... That's interesting. Now, the awkward bit is that I was intending, I'll be quite honest with you, I was intending, now I've got the most recent video done, to use between that last video and the Dante Unbound update to really get a lot of time worked onto that. Because that project is an absolutely tremendously huge project. As Reb herself mentioned there at PAX, such an undertaking to take their IP and move it to a different medium entirely is huge. It doesn't take a couple hours, it doesn't take dozens of hours, it takes well over 100, 200 hours to do that kind of project. Seriously, I'm that far invested into it. It is colossal. To not just make it, like the kind of thing that you'd see if someone on Reddit went, hey, this is a good idea, I'm just going to do something. No, to really have a proper solid D&D Warframe project, or tabletop Warframe project if you prefer, but it's designed for D&D 5th edition. Designed to be compatible with, which means it doesn't interfere with their IP, just Warframes. But it's a huge undertaking. I wanted to get some time to put into that, to really carry it through. And then unfortunately, or fortunately for all of you, not quite what I was expecting, just earlier today, 3:30 my time, Dee then announced, hey, by the way, we're doing directionally wide drops starting Monday. I was going to take a couple days off. Alright. Sure, we'll stream. Sure, I'll do that then. But yeah, there we are. So, yeah, I did, with no technicality whatsoever, I did actually get called out on that PAX dev stream. Which is kind of wild. I didn't see that coming. I didn't expect, even with the question, they would go, well, there's actually a creator already doing it. Oh. So, yeah. I guess I'm just going to have to put even more steam into that project. The rest of the Engineer Money stream is, yep, already announced over on Discord for those of you as well who have not caught the Discord notification. Starting on Monday, yep, this very Monday, there are going to be directory-wide drops. There's going to be 3 weeks of directory-wide drops. Each of those you watch for 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours. You get 1, 2, and 3 items in a specific order. And then following on from that, yeah, as I say, all 3 weeks of it. I will be going live ahead of the start of those drops on Monday, so that you guys can join on into the stream, nice and easy, and absolutely get straight into it. Do you know what the drops are? So the drops are announced on Warframe's forums. In fact, is there one here? 11-year anniversary kicks off March 22nd, so there's going to be some details in there. So if you go to that link in your orbiter, that should give you the details. I've also put summary details over on my Discord in the announcement section, yeah. Yeah. Engineer stream 2 days in a row. You might get 4 in a row, Malasitos. You just might. Just got to hear what's PAX. So PAX is the dev, where they did the dev stream. PAX is some major kind of convention-y thing that happens over in the east of the US. I don't know the full ins and outs on it, quite honestly. They can advertise themselves. But yeah, Dee did a dev stream at that convention today. Basically. Greymire, thank you very much for resubscribing there, up onto 11 months. Welcome back into the channel once again there, Greymire. Cheers on that. Oh. Cheers indeed. We're saying, Ken's making it, Dean knows it, I'm part of the testing crew, it's a good day to be self-appointed unofficial community liaison. Sure. Russell1, I'd say, hi, just wanted to thank you for the amazing work you're doing and all the knowledge you're sharing with us. Thank you. You're very welcome. My pleasure on that. And thank you for dropping by. Hope you enjoy yourself here on the stream and just as much. Raven King asking, would you be opposed to conversion project into Pathfinder 2nd Edition after its completion? I'm going to give a very D response to that. And that is, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I want you to understand the magnitude of that kind of an ask. So that's not something that's in the morgue or ICU or anything, but it's not exactly something that's up the front of the ship right now. As when I say it's taken a couple hundred hours to get to this point, I mean it's taken a couple hundred hours to get to this point of a product that is not even ready for community release, let alone if it was anything bigger than that. So converting to an entirely different system, as much as the groundwork would be there, that groundwork is already in. Here's examples of tabletop interactions, now needs to be balanced for an entirely different game system. That would be about the equivalent to going, hey, so once we're done making Warframe, is there any idea of introducing Warframe weapons to Call of Duty? Because, you know, Call of Duty uses weapons as well. It's like, okay, Whoo boy, yeah, that's not going to be a 5-minute job. that would not be quick. No. What are my thoughts on your Ready Deluxe? You're asking the wrong person. I don't really have an eye for fashion. It looks like it could be interesting. It all comes down to how it looks in game, but beyond that, I am definitely the wrong person to ask. My fashion is, hey, here's some colours. He's got a cape because it kind of looked like it fit. Yeah. That's all I can give you on that one, sorry. COD doesn't even have a semblance of balance, so it would be absolutely a 5-minute job. Well, I'm not going to weigh in on that one. I don't play Call of Duty. 5e to Pathfinder is a conversion. Is a fun hobby of yours? Yeah, fair do. There's more than just mere conversion for something as large as all of those Warframe monsters. Because you consider, the way I've created it is that every single Warframe in the game, all 55 of them currently, soon to be 56, they have an Initiate, an Adept, a Master, and a Prime variant. So there's 4 Warframes apiece, minimum, 4 monsters apiece. Then there are some of the summons. So you got like Atlas Rumblers, you got Caliban's Conquest, you've got the extra companions such as Korra's Venari. You've then got the Equinox, only really works in 2 separate forms, so she has 2 separate forms all the way through. We've got Sevagoth, who has his living form and his dead form, and then his exalted shadow form. So there's 9 Sevagoth stat blocks. There's a lot to it. There is a lot to it. And then the interactions between the different levels and how that all comes together as a thing. Great, I say, since Warframes are antagonists, you should make a Warlock pack for the Stalker. I leave that as an exercise to the viewer, Greymire. Also, that's basically just an Eldritch pact. 9 stat sheets, yikes. Yeah, that's just Sevagoth. To have low level, medium level, high level, prime level. Yeah. It's a lot of work all involved with that. Wayward Fox, I'm not familiar with D&D at all, so when you're talking about a tabletop Warframe game, Archipicture's monopoly with Warframes and Gavatz's game pieces. How much can you say to explain just how wrong I am? Actually, you know what? Yeah, you are both so wrong and so right at the same time that it's kind of hard to begin to break down. But imagine more like creative theatre chess. In tabletop gaming for tabletop RPGs, the game master sets the scene. You find yourself in a cold, dark alley. The winds howl through as the storm is setting in, hounding at your senses. Down the end of the alleyway, though, you need no assistance to detect. There is a creature waiting for you. This creature, in a streak of lightning overhead, is briefly illuminated, and that is all you need to know. There is a Warframe in your midst, and it is ready to kill. What do you do? The players, having heard the description of the scene, dictate their attempts to react to the scene. Esprit, for example, wants to rage. Greymire wants to grapple it. So they would make their attempts, and then I, as the game master, adjudicate their attempts. I call for whatever dice rolls. Esprit needs no dice roll. They can just rage. Greymire, make me an athletics check. Derpy-Doo wants to shit their pants. You know what? You're fine. You can shit your pants. There's no check for that. And once all things are adjudicated, be it turn-based, round-based, however it's done, the Game Master resets the scene, continues the next step, and that's your gameplay loop. It is creativity with a rulebook, so that you don't just get the kid going, I use my hand cannon, bam, you're dead. It's a more mature setting. Right up until someone shits their pants. So yeah, creative theatre chess is about as well as I can get you there in a few words. And I think it's actually pretty damn accurate now, I think. Put it to there. Crying is a free action. So I'll say I cast heat metal on their armor. Some Warframes have metal armor, some do not have metallic armor, some have no armor at all. Banshee. So, yeah. Absolutely. Fashion check. It's Lavos. I don't know what more you want from me. I'm the engineer. I solve practical problems, not problems such as what is beauty, for that would fall within your purviews of the purviews of your philosophy. No, I solve practical problems. You cast magic missile on the darkness. I think magic missile requires you to be able to see your target. suppose you can see the darkness if that's what you're attacking. I'm just saying. I suppose. Where'd you get what now? What? Who's got what? Anywho, right, so, that aside, does 11 hit? 11 does not hit. You do not hit the darkness. The darkness laughs back at you. I'm DMing a campaign. I'm running 2 testing groups at the moment, as we are testing the Warframes as D&D monsters that I have created. So, Reb's mention on PAX dev stream just then, a creator is making tabletop Warframes. That's me. I'm the one that's making them. I'm testing those, my creations at this point in time. We've had a lot of very successful sessions. There has been one TPK. That was as a result of improper balance. I have fixed that. Duck Squad will be very happy to know that has been thoroughly, utterly fixed. Stream the campaign. It's not currently in a stream state for that. However, I do have plans on that site, Spartan God. Those plans are very much up in the air. So there are no details I can give you at this time, but I do have part of a plan. Like 23% of a plan for that. So watch this space. You'll know more about it as and when there is more to know about it. If you're on my Discord, making sure that you have the @everyone ping turned on, because I use it only sparingly. If you're on my Discord, you will get the news as and when it comes around for that. As I was saying, Sapis can get my work working when applications are open. Unfortunately on that, I did have to turn down a couple applicants because their times that they were available didn't line up enough with the groups. So yeah. It's all a thing, but it's going quite well. Wait, Fox, just Ben, as you explained, requiring checks to perform certain actions and Fashion Frame being such a large Warframe community aspect, how would that translate to tabletop Warframe? Paid add-on packs give you cardboard skins to give game pieces. Fashion Frame for tabletop games would be paying an artist to make a minifigure of your character. The minifigures are the microtransactions there, because at the end of the day, you could just tear out bits of paper and shove that onto your table and call it a day. Ow, I just hit my microphone. Or you could go out and buy some shiny, nice minifigures. So that would be your Fashion Frame in Dungeons & Dragons, is paying for nicer looking stuff. Greg would ask you, what platform do you run on setting sessions? We're currently using Roll20 simply because it's the one I'm most familiar with, that's all. Not for any reason other than that, I'm just familiar with it. Right, what I'd like us to do now is, first of all, I realised I've not done that. I'm going to put that off until Sunday, that's fine. We'll put that off till Sunday. What we can do today is I would like to make some good moolah out of these fishers. I'm sure there's going to be some good ones around. If you'd like to join me on those fishers, whilst we also continue to talk about all the good stuff happening with Warframe, D&D and otherwise, send me a message in game, the Kengineer. I'll bring you on into the squad. I will set us to friends and invite only now. If you don't know how to do that, if you don't know how to join me in game, !join, the bot should respond to you unless I did it wrong. It's a Friday, so it might be defaulted to off. Derpy-doo, come on in. That's fine, Solomon. If Warframes are the monsters, what are the playable characters? Normal playable characters, Rasa. That's the idea, is that I'm creating them as monsters that can be dropped into any campaign, and the bot is turned off the join command. Whoopsies. Now it's on. But also we have everyone, so. Boop. And boop. There we are. And sorry, was that an M8? Yeah, M8 7310. Very sorry, mate. Got a little slow on the side there. Network shenanigans gonna have to relog. Oh, never mind then. In which case, are you technically offline now? I'm gonna send you the invite again. But if you're technically offline, I might need to grab someone else. Oh, no, they received the invite. What would you say is the best farm for Orokin cells? Specifically the best? Not entirely sure, I'll be honest. The best for me has been just, certainly as a newer player, I leveled things up on Helene. So, you go on over to here, you go to Helene, preferably on normal mode, because that's where you're going to find a bunch of people. But you head over to Helene there. You can do it on Steel Path, and you'll get more resources for your kills. You just need to also get the kills. I normally, as a newer player, did it on normal mode, because Steel Path didn't exist at the time, and it's better for leveling shite stuff. But this just pours out a decent number of Orokin cells whilst you're doing other things. If you can combine farms together, that's just a positive. Any plans to add the proto Warframes into my project? No, Liquid Viking. I have no plans on that. When I get called out during PAX? So, Reb called out that there is a creator working on turning Warframes into D&D monsters. And then she clarified, should I say just tabletop monsters? But yeah, D&D. And that's me. I am that creator. So, I don't know who it was who asked that question about have they considered pivoting into tabletop stuff, but thank you very much. It's really just kind of put that on the radar. And Abidoo's breaking. Okay. Hey mate, if you're still around, you get the slot now. Abidoo is just having all of the trouble. There we are. Right then. What have we got in terms of fishes? Oh, there's a capture. There's exterminate. I think the exterminate's a better one because it's in the void. Let's get that cracking. Refinement. Oh, no. None refined. You know what? Let's take you. Let's upgrade you and let's roll it. Understandable, Derpy. You go shoot God. Esprit asking, how much longer do you think the closed testing will be before your project is no longer bound by NDA? You're not bound by an NDA, Esprit. All I ask is that you don't share stat blocks, you don't share specific details, but your experiences you are fine to share to a limited extent. I would say don't overshare, don't oversell. At the end of the day, the project is still very much in development, so don't get people's hopes up of accessing it at this point in time. Make it very clear you are in a closed alpha test. But beyond that, if you want to say, yeah, we fought a... what was the most recent one? Yeah, we fought a Loki. He was invisible and took shots at us and managed to sneak around, murdered a child. We rescued the child after he was murdered. D&D, welcome to plans like that. It happens.
The tower's neural sentry is operational. I'm picking up multiple.
You want to share those details? That's fine. It's the actual mechanicals that I'd say please keep off because you are in a playtest that's designed to change. And I don't have a companion equipped because I did a thumbnail. God damn it. I always do this. But yeah. So, one hell of a PAX dev stream, loads of details there, and the fact that in a technical sense I'm part of those details is kind of wild. Oh hey, that's a
The tower's neural sentry
this is target, right?
soldiers into mindless attack drones. You need to
Was
take
it?
them out.
Not sure.
Cano, do not damage it further.
It was!
Use
Excellent.
the synthesis device.
Haha.
No.
He's so mad.
Was I wrong to entrust synthesis to you?
He is so mad. Love it. Oh, don't love getting stuck on that.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
Alright, they've got those kills there, so I'm going to roll into that flower and move ahead. What would be your recommendation for medium effort time sync endo gathering? Check out my endo guide, straight up, because I've covered how you can get endo, and then from there you can pick which one sounds most fun to you. Do you have drops enabled whenever you have them available? I watch YouTube videos, wanting to know if you get drops from your streams. So if there are community drops available on all channels, yes. If there are community drops available on this channel specifically, yes. Normally the answer to both of those is actually no, because those things are pretty rare in and of themselves. That said, this Monday is when drops are starting directory-wide, and they will be here as well, because I'll be part of the Warframe directory. So whenever I'm streaming Warframe for the next 3 weeks starting on Monday, you can absolutely enjoy that. Also, I'll still be doing the raffles I do every Wednesday and Sunday too. Yes. Zarman Ender Farm's your favourite because of the tile set? Absolutely valid choice. Absolutely valid. I'm going to grab myself a leisure piece. I know, I see the formal blueprint there, but leisure. We're going to get a few bits and pieces throughout runs here today. Yes, indeed. Oh, and 20 void traces. That's not shabby. Oh. I think I've caught up with all the main questions now. Doesn't mean you guys can't throw even more at me. Yeah. Yeah, Esprit putting out first session of the D&D Warframe. Esprit did get absolutely murked. Who did we lose? How did we lose someone? Esprit got absolutely murked by Urayli. That was a good time. Who am I missing? So Derpy failed to connect and is out. We've got Lobelia, Zom, M8. Zom has obliterated. You're on Infinite Host Migration. You're on Steam Deck, aren't you? God knows what's going on with your connection then. Dallin asking, around what level should a party not get annihilated by a Warframe? That's a very good question, and I have created the Warframe project to fix that. Because if you're facing lore-accurate Warframes, pretty much every adventuring party ever is dead. Because lore-accurate Warframes are devastatingly strong. But, what you can do is you can face the lower tiers of them. So the prime Warframes in the D&D project are lore-accurate Warframes. They're challenge rating 19. If you are not ready to face God, you are going to struggle to survive against these Warframes. These are ones that have all of their abilities, all of their stats are as high as they go. Some of them, most of them in fact, have ability scores above 20. Some, I think, go as high as 24, which is kind of a lot. For those of you who don't know 5e, it's a hell of a lot. However, if you want to fight something more level appropriate, levels as low as, say, level 3, you can get away with, then I have created the basic versions, the Initiates. These are Warframes which are old and rusty and have lost a lot of their powers, as it were. They're still a threat, but they're a threat to a town, a village. They're a threat that up-and-coming adventurers will have to brace themselves against. But adventurers which approve of themselves, adventurers that save the kingdom, they can handle a Warframe. Oh yes. Very much the same energy as Obi-Wan and Anakin facing off against Dooku. Sith Lords or Warframes are our speciality. You might still get your shit kicked in. But it's not a guarantee, is what I'm saying there. It's not a guarantee. Does that make sense? I think that should make sense as a concept. Let's sort this by own. What do I own very little of? Let's go for this one. What are you? Pangolin, that's boring. Magantaka, that's boring. What? Mesa! That's a nice sounding pickup. Let's get a Mesa Prime Systems if we can. Boom. Let's give that a whirl, shall we? Now, I will point out, there was a bit of a miscommunication with one of the testing squads. I have a testing squad which is low level and a testing squad which is medium level. Low level ones turned around, one of them turned around and was like, I don't know if these feel, you know, terrifying enough. I don't know if they feel Warframe enough. And like, okay, fair enough. Not quite sure exactly what they were expecting or wanting because they were the low level group. They were facing low level Warframes. So I gave them the next one up. Just one tier higher.
I'm detecting multiple enemy signatures, and they're all under the control.
They quickly realized their mistake. They went, oh gods, oh man, that is spinning and it is hurting and we are dying. And that was a Caliban they faced. Oh, I didn't put on my sentinel again, god damn it. Yeah, they faced a Caliban. Just a second tier. Not a prime, not the one below prime, the one below that, and probably shit themselves a bit.
The tower's neural sentry has turned these soldiers into
Futurist says, so whilst the in-game expanding UI control will be just okay, in tabletop setting it will be a lot more terrifying. Oh yes. There are limits on the Warframes to stop them spamming abilities, as it were, because that would suck. You know, if they could just mind control everyone in the group forever, that would be a very uninteresting gameplay experience. I think we can all agree on that. Oh, okay. So that's where 200 hours of writing and testing and calculating comes in, to balance Warframes for an entirely different game system. Looking focusing, similar to what you're talking about now, having a frame to fix up to max strength could be an interesting concept for one frame, do you think? I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that, sorry. Not sure I'm putting together... What are you putting down?
You have broken their ranks and they are on the run.
I know I can take the lift here, but jumping up just seems worthwhile sometimes. Also, that Lavos dash, where you can get the full Vial Rush with a range boost. Oh. Grumpy Pants asking, are your Warframes balanced similar to how they're balanced in game? Caliban won't be one of the weakest. Or, let me just grab this. Or did you attempt to make them all equally threatening? Equal. Unhost, thank you very much on that. Appreciate you. So yeah, all of the Initiative Warframes are supposed to be equally threatening. All of the Adepts the same. All of the Masters the same. All of the Primed the same. Now, that's not going to be exactly equal. Dice rolls are going to make one feel stronger than the other, and party composition is going to matter. If you have a Caliban versus a what's it called? A Barbarian who can adapt his damage type every turn, that did happen, then the Caliban's going to struggle. Because Caliban adapts, but then what he's adapting to keeps bloody well changing. If, on the other hand, that same Caliban were to come up against a bottom basic rogue, well, the bottom basic rogue is probably going to go, ah, shit, I have one damage type. It's called All of the Puncture. This guy is decently armored, has weird senses, and is resisting puncture. Shit. So party composition will matter, but yeah, they are designed to be mathematically and within due consideration of the capabilities around the same level each. At the end of the day, if your party doesn't have C invisibility, a high level Loki is going to eat your face. That's just a fact. Don't know why I've gone to... Oh wait, I do remember what I went to say. Also, I forgot in just that moment. This is how leaky my brain is. This is why it takes a week for me to make a video. Sometimes I think I forget that I exist. It's pretty out there. There is so much Warframe in this noggin that sometimes I forget to actually, you know, use it. Oh, Chroma. Let's do a Chroma run. How did I handle Mesmer Skin? Terrifyingly. Yeah, we got the companion, got the worm. Thank you, Just Guy. Yeah, I handled Mesmer Skin terrifyingly. That is scheduled for playtesting. Let's put it that way. Liquid Fox, as in getting a damaged frame, one ability or so, going to missions to get resources to get them repaired. Are you talking in Warframe or in D&D at this point? I'm not sure what you're asking, Liquid. I mean, I've designed the Warframes as evil monsters. Practically feral. Unbound by the Empire that created them and then since collapsed by being destroyed by them.
You are not alone.
Catching any themes?
Full of life forms.
They now are equivalent to evil dragons. They are there to loot and kill, and then kill the things that get in the way of their loot. And that is normally going to be you.
Don't let it escape.
That's the generalized idea. I want that reactant. So if you try and make friends with that, they're just going to be like, oh, thanks for fixing me up. Also, by the way, here's a knife in your back, because I like the look of your armor. I can use that to make some cool things for myself. Or I can melt down your bones, yeah. So, just gonna kind of kill you now, thanks, bye.
You need to take them out.
D&D Warframes aren't supposed to be your friends. They're supposed to be your targets. And you're supposed to be very fearful of the fact that that is what your DM is throwing at you. Decoy would be so much more effective in Tabletop 2, I'd imagine. I actually had to rework that because they made a poor implementation, and DE have changed how Decoy works in Warframe. So, based on what they've said they're changing, I've already changed Loki's Decoy. But yes, it is more powerful, because I can straight up say to the players, ah yes, you knew something invisible was attacking you, it has appeared in front of you, it has stood to your left, what do you do? And of course the players go, well, I stab it. Hey, congrats, you stab it. You dealt some damage to it. You then get shot from behind you. Uh-oh, this was Decoy. Haha, get wrecked. Pretty much. That's Loki.
Well done. Now
pretty
get to
much.
extraction.
What? Just about made the jump. There we are. Ta-da! How did you handle my favourite and the most OP crowd control frame, Eurali? Eurali one-shot a Barbarian. A level-appropriate Eurali one-shot Barbarian. Now, granted, this was a critical hit with the compressor, which, of course, you know, viral damage. You can kind of see how things go badly there. But, yeah. She skated around, enhanced her crits because she skated around, levied a shot, and landed the critical hit, and then rolled really damn highly on it as well. It wasn't supposed to be that powerful, but that's just how the dice land. Sometimes you get some variance. Sometimes you get a critical hit from a girl on a skateboard while the rest of your friends are trying to still make their way through the cave. She sped around them because she has all of the speed, because she's on their arena, and really gave them a run for their money. I think they really enjoyed the fight. Yes, there were sea snares involved. Yes, people got sea snared and were beginning to drown. It was brilliant. I can confidently say Eurali's in a good spot for that one. Her design, I'm very satisfied with how she's come out for the D&D project. Absolutely. Let's see. Oh, you know what? There's a curious one. Let's do the curious one. 12 of them. Let's crack one of these. Yeah, the Barbarian was not having a good time. It didn't help that everything that could help the Barbarian from other players required line of sight. And because the two of them had dashed down a cave, no one had line of sight. Just, they saw Eurali sprint down a corridor, or skate down a corridor. They saw the giant Barbarian chase after them. And then they heard a sound, a weird squelch sound, followed by the sound of giant Barbarian hitting the floor. The others around the corner to go, oh fuck! Want some pizza, Ken? I mean, I've had my evening meal. Are you offering me actual pizza, Ronald?
You are not alone. This tower is full of life forms, all corrupted by the neural sentry.
I'm good for now, but yeah, I mean, don't rule out pizza forever. Oh, I thought that guy was alive. I was shooting a firefly. Yeah. Rule 1, never split the party. I mean, they weren't that far split, to be honest. I've seen much worse, but yeah, just a little bit of splittage. And Eurali was like, oh, cool, opportunity. Crit. Very much a case of, I'm not locked in here with you, you're locked in here with me. Very much so. Also, we got all our reactants in less than a minute. D, please don't taunt me with that. That needs to be a thing. Give exterminate level reactant to every single Fisher mission, please. There we are. I love that you already just hit harder when she does some skating. Yup. So if she's done a bit of movement, her passive kicks in, and that passive increases her critical range. So in Dungeons & Dragons, normally you land a critical hit if you roll a 20 on a 20-sided die. That's the highest you can get. The game goes, well done, this is even better than it could have been normally. With Eurali, instead of a 20, she could do that on a 19 and a 20. Both of those numbers are critical hits for her, so long as she has moved enough to qualify. Which is literally her Warframe passive. You move as Eurali, your critical chance increases. Granted, in Warframe it increases by one hell of a lot, but you know D&D needs to be at least somewhat balanced. If Eurali lands a tier 3 critical hit, we would be wiping up the Barbarian's remains with a mop. So, kinda can't do that. But still, you know, skating around and being actually kind of badass in the process. Hey, look at that! Gold piece, lovely. Yeah, she did good. Dark Knight saying, to be fair, basic champion fighter in 5 you can eventually crit on 18, 19 or 20. Oh yeah, I know it's a base thing for very few subclasses, which also don't get a lot of other things. But you've got to remember, this is just a passive feature. She doesn't have to do anything for it. She just gets it from moving a little bit, which is really not a big ask. And that's all Euralis get it. All of them. Then there's also the fact that she can work with other Warframes. There are other things that increases Warframe crit range. Or just Warframe damage. But the most powerful thing Warframes have, it isn't their bullet jumping, it isn't their ability casting, it isn't their hit points, it isn't their massive arsenals of all kinds of things they can do. The most devastating thing that Warframes have in D&D, and this is my opinion, but I think it's a fair opinion, the most devastating thing they have is no friendly fire. Which means they could drop the Warframe equivalent of a fireball on you and deal 0 damage to every single one of their allies in the area. They don't have to worry about positioning their attacks like that. They can position the attack to technically hit themselves because we have no self-damage. That was a rad proc Esprit. That doesn't count. So yeah. When a Warframe can go, oh look at that, there are 2 allies in range and 3 enemies in range. Whatever shall I do? I'm going to hit all of them because I can't hit the allies. Haha. And yeah, that's devastatingly powerful. As the newbie squad found out when they were facing Agara. Gara was like, oh, what's that? You're all grouped up together. I got my friend in the way, but I've got Shattered Lash, and it doesn't hit my friends. Sweep. You're still not broken up again? Right? Sweep. Oh, now you're getting the idea. You're going to start splitting up. Excellent. Stab.
Multiple enemy signatures, and they're all
Yeah.
under the control of the tower. Eliminate the threat.
Rad proc better? Yeah. So rad procking technically kind of is a thing in Dungeons & Dragons, and one of the players in one of the testing squads did exactly that. It made one Warframe think the other one was its enemy, and so that Warframe turns on the other one with full force. The other one was very badly hurt by that. Turns out, Chroma and Radproc, not a good situation.
Let's clean up their mess.
It is, Andrew, absolutely. Giving Warframes no friendly fire in the D&D project is massive, you are very right. And it's supposed to be a terrifying aspect of it. Almost all of their abilities that can hit multiple things will state non-friendly targets. So if you're hostile to them, you retarget. If you're merely neutral, you're trying to stay out of it. If they don't like you,
Now get to extraction.
not they dislike you, if they just don't like you, you're a target. Why? Because they're evil and they don't give a shit. They'll kill you anyway. You might have loot. Only their friends can't be hurt. And they don't have many friends, because we're all registered losers. I'm quite satisfied with that design. Dashing to the end. Can I make it up to there? Nope. Never mind. I don't have the powers of flight. That was a long way after the last kill to get to the exit, actually. Did I make the Stalker stat blockers yet? I have not, Esprit, no. I have not. Oh, Gara piece. Yoink. Can they cause massive damage by charging 1k for Torrid Ribbons in the shops? I mean, if you want your D&D Warframe to be about a Warframe selling you overpriced magical items, you do you. Honestly, you do you. I would say pick one of the Warframes with a high charisma. That would be necessary. But yes. Nathaniel Economics? I mean, there could be relics of the old empire still hanging around. Semi-immortal beings, fearful of the creations they made, but also looking to make a profit. You know, I mean, it's your setting. Make it yours. Let's use a more common relic. I've got bunches of... let's go... Oh, Korra. Lovely. Let's try for a Korra piece. Imagine levels being able to jump while they slide like Gauss. Yeah, that could be a bit crazy. That could be a little bit crazy. I'm fine with Lavos having some downsides, you know? Can't make him the best frame in the game at everything. Just merely good enough that we can call the people who find him difficult to use just bad at the game. Yeah, a little bit of light ribbing. Nothing too heavy. Ooh. Gauss needs to back 2 monk to even try to keep him up. I think Gauss Prime can get to 200 feet per round at almost no cost. Yeah. I mean, that's using up all of his actions, granted. But 200 feet per round. For comparison, a normal person can do 60 feet per round. That's using movement and dash.
Don't let it escape.
And yes, he has the con and athletics to keep it up to, of course. I'd be dumb not to include that. I want the reactant! I want a reactant! It's 1 meter out of range. Gib. Could an artificer make a necromech of some sorts? That's up to your DM. I'm not going to rule on that. That is very much a DM setting kind of decision to make there. Oh, bloody water trap. For reference, how fast are quicklings in 5e? What the hell's a quickling? Are we talking like speed zerglings? Double range goes long. Oh, we're done after it. We just kind of get no. That's disappointing. Someone opened the goddamn pit trap on me.
The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
Round and roundabout. Dash through these guys. Dash down here. Oh, it's beautiful. The distance you can get just feels so good. Can we play some golf? I hadn't planned on any Warframe golf today, I'll be quite honest.
That's it. It will be a perfect specimen.
Oh, I'm not going to deal with that. I'm not killing that one. That's too far away. Imagine playing levels on console. Yeah, some of us ain't so, shall we say, platform disadvantaged. Vitamin D18. Hi, thanks again for the other day. You're very welcome. Hey, got a prime near optics. That's a pickup right there. Lovely bit of gold. Lovely bit of gold. Quickly, Fate type, fast, low HP, ton of dex. I'm not familiar with the stat block in 5e, sorry. If they even exist there. Question, what Archon shards would you recommend on level? So far I've got 2 Archon greens on him. I've got a single Tau Forge green. I find the 98% armor strip is sufficient for pretty much all circumstances. So yeah, he just doesn't really need more to take up another slot. So let me show you what I've got there. What I've gone for on Lavos, I've got a blue one, just take him over the 2000 armor mark. Doesn't really do a lot, but it's nice. We got, as I said, the Tau Forge Corrosive. I've got then Particle Velocity. Getting those little extra jumps around here or there just adds a bunch to his mobility, I find. Which, considering he's meant to be more mobile, given Vile Rush, it just feels so nice. You'll see in times where I just about make jumps. Without this shard, I wouldn't make them. So it does make a difference. Casting speed, it's nice to have. It just makes him feel that bit more fluid. And then I've got an extra bit of strength here. That's not crucial for any real build, but it does mean that I have a build which would be 291% strength, I think it is. With that becomes 301. And that's a nice round number. I got the command on the title backwards. Ah, balls to it. Fixed. Not going for max range Lavos. He doesn't need absolute maximum range. Not the absolute max. So instead of having a decent range over extended stretch, gets us most of the way there. Swift Bite, it gives some range on the one, but more importantly is having Swift Bite. That's worth it. I mentioned it, casting speed, why is natural talent line Exless? Because it improves your DPS output. That's the main focus of it. Exless is not really used for enhancements to your output, rather it's meant for utility. That's D's design. So that's why they've done it that way. Let's see. Ooh, Equinox. Yeah, let's go that one. Let's see if we can roll out of the Equinox carpet. Get us some of that. Grumpy Pat saying, quickly I found in Volo's Guide to Monsters 120 foot speed. Okay, so quickly can dash and get a total of 240. So that would be faster than a Gauss Prime. With my setup, that is. I think that would Yeah, that should probably be faster. Hold on, let me verify. Let me just triple check on that. Now I've made the claims. Gauss Prime. So. Casset. May sustain as an action. And then, did I add the bonus?
The tower's neural sentry is operational. I'm picking up multiple threats.
I'm gonna have to re-verify that.
Can control. Wipe them all out.
I'm going to have to re-verify that. Yeah. 60, 70, 80. $20. I'm missing a detail there. I'm going to re-verify that.
The Grenier should have known better than to walk into an orange.
Yeah, I'm going to triple check on Gauss. I might be missing a beat there, but then at the same time, I don't want his speed to be overkill, but is it supposed to be a prime? I don't know.
The relic has been
I'll have a look.
Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
Usually for fastings, you don't want to go overkill on the dashes because then they can just absolutely control the battlefield. It's kind of wild. Do I use custom key bindings? In some areas. Kinda. It's like I can switch to scanning by pressing numpad 5. I don't have a huge amount of custom key binds, but things like that. I'm certainly no Minecraft's Ren Dog. Certainly not. Alright, as we wrap up this particular relic fissure, I'm going to suggest we take just a quick moment of a breather because I've actually gone through quite a bit of tea with the dev stream and all that lot. So I'm going to be back in just a moment. Lobelia, Zom, M8, stay in the squad. We'll do some more relic runs in just a sec. Chat, don't go anywhere, and certainly do not spam this chat with drones. I do not want to see a single drone when I come back. Back in just a moment. Well, I did say I don't want to see a single drone. No one's posted just one drone by the look of it. There are many drones. Okay. There are multiple drones. This is fine. Alright. Petition time out the snack displayers? No. Certainly not the snacks. If people are bringing out their snacks, that's fine. We want the snacker modes. Pay good money for those. But area, cheers for the hydrate. Right, Oxamarco's still open. Let's crack some more, shall we? What have we got in this one? We got to Neige a bit earlier. There's a Neige again. Ooh, Vara. There we go. Let's upgrade that one. Let's go. Oh, time out the non-snake displayers. Nah, we're not timing out anyone. Esprit, why would you want to get rid of the Esprits? Doesn't make sense. Mad Daria, thank you very much for dropping your prime over here as well. Welcome to the channel proper. Enjoy your lovely blue sub badge. Your emotes, which you've just had an introduction to a whole bunch of them. Your access to Supporter Tea Lounge, that's a premium channel on my Discord, and no more ads for you. Welcome on in there. Esprit's reviews with perfectly good quins. Well, Esprit, yeah, share everyone the quins. Absolutely. You too, T-Jag. Oh, right then.
Here. I'm detecting multiple enemy signatures, and they're all under the control at the tower. Eliminate the threat.
Let us detonate the area, grab the reactant, and head on through. I expected them to be around the corner. They were not.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside. The Grenier should have known better than to walk into an
this
Oregon
way,
tower
this way, this
unprepared.
way.
Let's clean up their mess.
Not everyone has quins? Oh, you can get hold of quins. Haven't you guys got bits? Oh, Esprit's got the golden snake, no less. My, now that is a bit higher. I think there are less than 10 people who have that Esprit. I genuinely believe it's only in the single digits of people who have access to that emote. Just saying.
The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
I could check. Okay, there's no point me dashing when we got a vault doing this to me. I can just kind of run. Ta-da! 1%. You're the 1% of the 1% at this point, Esprit. Yeah, it's kind of hard for someone to be in a position as highly supportive of the stream as you are. Hey, a Vara piece! Lovely! I imagine it's going to be more than the Frost, but I'm not sure. But I'm going to take it anyway. I want the Vara piece. Is it normal to just blitz through levels like this, like in the baddies? So this kind of mission is a relic fisher, and the entire reason for doing this mission is to open up the relics. You can do other things along the way if you want to, but the most important bit to a lot of players is opening the relics. Get these prime parts. These are very valuable items. Certainly when we get 100 ducat one there, that's high price. So opening those relics as quickly as possible is our profit per hour. And people like to build their setups to make those things happen quickly. But yeah, there's plenty of room for a slower pace in missions. Just don't expect it from relic fishers. That'd be like going to NASCAR and saying, but I want to see more time in the pit. I want to see how the mechanics do their work. Why are they speeding through the pit? It's not what people are there for. Hope that makes sense. Just have a quick gander. Is that a Vara piece there? Is a Vara Prime chassis, was it? Yeah. 30 platinum. 30 platinum right there. That's 1.5 Warframe slots. That is 5 weapon slots. That is nearly an entire former pack. So rather than getting 3 former blueprints and building them, we could just buy them outright with that stuff. Yo! Speaking of buying outright, Yata buying outright a shout out there. Yata TM with the 33-month support. That is absolutely huge, my dude. Thank you very much for dropping that over here. Once again, how are you doing anyway? Hope you're doing well. We are in the midst of some good old relic cracking right now, as you can see. Wait, they're saying someone's back that way? Okay, if I just back from here, will that reach it? Oh, the thing, whatever the thing was, is very far away.
This tower is useless to us.
There we go. 4 people together. Up we go. Yeah, stream's going well. Got a shout out at PAX of all places. Not by name, but literally and only me. So, you know, that's cool. A legitimate pseudo shout out at PAX. I'll take that. Timothy say, I'll admit I still don't understand farming and custom building the way I'd like to. Well, I've got a bunch of guides on a bunch of different details to help you through all kinds of bits and pieces on that matter. And if you have further questions after you've watched those guides, that's what those live streams right here are for. Because for at least 9 hours a week, you can ask me directly. Engineer.
The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get
Preferably a
to
little bit more
extraction.
specific than that. Preferably a bit more, because I can answer practical questions. I can't answer random potato. That is beyond my answering. Unless you mean about PAX, in which case I can. Another gold! Did we just get 2 golds in a row? Nice! I'll happily take that, yeah. Happily take it. Yeah, might be 3. Oh, wow. I'm losing track. Yeah, to give a quick summary of the PAX stuff, someone at the end of the dev stream Q&A, so during the Q&A at the end of the dev stream, I should say, asked if Warframe were looking at expanding their IP into other areas. So, for example, doing tabletop stuff, minifigures, that kind of thing. So they figured there'd be a good market there, and they're not wrong. And Reb said, basically, whilst they're not looking at it themselves directly, because the amount of effort and time involved in such a project, there is a creator actively working on a D&D Warframe project. That's me. I'm the creator. So that is, as far as I'm concerned, a very literal no-name shout-out of me. I'll take it. Absolutely. Ain't gonna look that gift horse in the mouth. I'll take that. Good to know, Timothy. Welcome to the community. I've got total. Yeah, we're getting some nice shiny bits and pieces. Today is a lucky day. I'm happy with that. I am happy with that. For those of you who have not caught the details earlier as well, on Sunday we've got a raffle running. On Monday, drops are starting. That's going to be great. Was there a clip of the PAX shoutout? I didn't take a clip, but we could certainly bring up a clip from this stream. Absolutely. I think I was laying it on a bit thick as to the... I think we know where this question could go, and then it actually did. Yeah. That was... I'll admit, slightly surreal. That's the kind of thing where you go, oh, okay, yep, no, they just outright went and said that, yep. That's a positive. Not living in a red head rent-free, because I put in a lot of work to be there, but, you know, worth it. There we go, reactant obtained. Oh, look at that, another range and strength boost for Lavos. Well, if you insist, slam.
The Grenier should have known better than to walk
Where's the
into an
next
orbital
enemies?
tower unprepared.
Here
Let's
they
clean
are.
up their mess.
Burn. Reset stats. Oh, that's not the way. We go up here again. Let's just dash forwards, use the explosion. Fire! I mean, there are better nukes, because this is a disc, but it still gets some work done. Darn, I was stuck on the edge there.
The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
Ooh, can I? Oh, I just missed the stairway.
Very
No.
important, serious question that will potentially cancel or change your audience. How do you feel about?
Why did it cut out? What? Oh, because that's the entire question. Esprit, thank you very much for the £20 tip right there, my dude. I really do appreciate that. Let's go with the Excelsior piece. I really do appreciate that. How do you feel about... Carefully. That is how you feel about... Well, you get your eyes closed. Carefully. Esprit, thank you very much indeed, though, for the £20 tip there. Really do appreciate that. Ooh. And I'll have to remember to update the tip leaderboard now. Because that is manually done. 0 damage taken. That is level-sing incorrectly. I need to get hit more. Let's use this relic. Nagantaka? Sure, why not? It's Nagantaka, I'm not going to upgrade that one. If you could design a skin for Lavos, that's a big if. What would it be based off? Love to see him in a hazmat suit. I'm not sure, to be quite honest with you. I'm really not sure. Part of the problem being that I'm not a fashion designer. I have no fashion skill, sense, or concept. So, I couldn't tell you. I know that's not an interesting answer. It's the answer you're going to get. Because you just asked a fashion question of the Kenjineer. But, yeah. I really do not have an idea, plan, or consideration for a alternative skin for him. Yeah, Billy, if you want to throw some rads in, go right ahead. Double down the snake theme? I mean, they could do that, yeah. Just turn him straight up into a gold. That could work. Not often you get a Stargate reference in a sci-fi game, but you know, we can work with it. Oh, come down off of that speed when it turns off on you. Oh, you feel it.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
Off we pop.
The Grenier should have known better than to walk into an Orokin tower unprepared. Let's clean up their mess.
Just brought you back. Yeah. What's a good subsume on Lavos? The one that solves the problem you have. This is always the same for every single subsume ever. The correct subsume is the one that solves the problem you have. So first, identify what problem you're trying to fix. Did I ever watch Atlantis? I watched little bits of Atlantis. Unfortunately, Atlantis was kind of on TV around the time that my folks had kind of fallen out with it all, and so they just didn't put much of it on, so I never got much of a look in on it. That was all. Basically just never really got around to it. What bits I did see didn't grab me as much, but again, I only saw bits of it, so it's kind of hard to appreciate something in snippets. What problems do I have with Lavos? Not so much a problem as just my own laziness, is that I will find sometimes I can go an entire mission only really using his 2 to move around and not using the rest of his kit, sometimes because I just use my gun so much. But in that case, that's where I have the subsume of Raw over his 4. If I'm not using his 4, if I'm not setting up the status environments to use his nuke, then whack it out of there, don't need the heat ether, it's fine. And instead can use, still got the viral support from his 1-2 combo, into his 3 or whatever you want to do there. Put on Raw, get that faction damage bonus, amp up your weapons. But again, it just comes down to what you're trying to do with him. Likewise, if you're okay with not having him for support and damage purposes, you could put on Golden Instinct. Now you have a loot assistant. If you want to give him more damage reduction, the up-and-coming Eclipse changes would be nice onto him. Again, find your problem, then fix it. If you don't have a problem to fix, you don't need to subsume. What subsume would you recommend on Kalevos 4? Lucas, I'm just going to point you to the entire answer I just gave. Just replace any instance of Lavos with Kalervo, and you'll be there. Straight up. Let's grab the Coral one again. Carbon Graphite saying, you honestly deserve more views, Kenjineer. The way you put together your videos that explain things are the best Warframe content that have helped me build. Well, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy the videos that much. And welcome into stream as well. Cheers. What do I think of Grendel Nourish nerf on other frames? So the subsumed version of Nourish. Honestly, I'm fine with it. It does mean less energy. It does mean a lower viral bonus. Those are just two objective facts. Incidentally, there's a lot of times where you would be overloaded with viral by the amount that it can give you if you wanted to use the energy bonus. Which means that a lower viral bonus might actually be a benefit in times. Because it means then you're more likely to proc other status effects, which can work with the viral, rather than just more viral. See what I mean? So there's definitely a potential upside to that. Otherwise, it's a little bit of a stat nerf, but the reasons you'd use Nourish haven't changed. You get less from it, but not enough to change the decision making, I'd say. The decisions are still there. It's viral armor, and energy enhancement in one package. There isn't another ability that fills that space. So it's equal parts nerf and buff. I mean, it's more nerf than buff. But you can certainly make more of it than just going, oh, now I have less. It is actually more nuanced than that, to the point that where you'd use the ability just hasn't changed. Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. It's still kind of wild having got the channel to 100,000 subs. Like, I may at times seem like I just kind of go with the flow and yeah, just, oh, this content creation stuff, yeah, it's just my day job, it's just how things go, right? Far from it. The fact that right now we have, what, 130 people here watching the stream that will have tens of thousands tuning into any given video I put out, 100,000 people subscribed. I was paid to go to Canada last year for TennoCon because DE decided they wanted me there. Still wild, honestly. Still wild. I'm very thankful for the circumstances I have as a creator, and it's because of you guys that literally exists. I won't lie to you, it isn't a high-flying career, but it's a career that I am happy with. You guys make my day job a good job. So thank y'all. As I was saying, personally I do shooting gallery over, I presume this is Kalevo's for, not sure it's nearly as needed. Yeah, not really. Again, comes down to what circumstances do you find yourself in. Simply that. Yo, Trex Terminator, thank you very much for dropping your prime here. Welcome to the channel proper, enjoy your lovely blue sub badge. Your remotes, your access to the supporter tea lounge, that's the premium channel on the Discord, and no more ads for you. Cheers, dude. Something saying you're happy with it, it's an excellent career. Pretty much. They say if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. I'm not sure what those people were smoking because they're absolutely wrong on that. What it really is, if you love what you do, you don't find reasons to avoid it. How many people talk about, oh, I hate getting up Mondays, oh, my weekends are too short, oh, work, oh, commute, oh, this, oh, that, every aspect of the job. And there are aspects of content creation which I don't like dealing with. That's just a fact. But I have a fraction of the complaints that a typical job seems to generate from people.
I'm detecting multiple
And that's an absolute win for me.
They're all under the control of the tower. Eliminate the threat.
Fair do, yeah, it's a fair do. Feel like you can avoid anything if you try hard enough or not hard enough.
That's it. You've opened the
Sure. Yeah, okay. We'll just leave that one there, I guess. Sure. Oh, beta shiny. Actually running a little low on those for all the things I've opened. It's higher than that spot, which means here. Ta-da!
Should have known better than to walk into an Orokin tower unprepared.
Yeah, Grenier, you should have known better. Can I? Oh dear. Hey, there we are. Wait, that's not the way. God damn it, I got bamboozled. That was a waste of a dash. Huzzah! Huzzah! And then nuke this level. That should hit you and you. That'll perish. Oh, that one won't. That one was not primed and had some extra hit points on him.
Another successful mission. Find extraction.
Oh, that was a beautiful dash. You have to admit that was a beautiful dash. Oh, that was another beautiful dash. That was 2 beautiful dashes in a row. It's just, oh. Exactly, Dumpy. Yeah. You can enjoy work, but it is still work. Y'all going for the Soma? Hmm? Heck it. Share the Void Traces. Why not? Probably they might have a Leica frame open telling them it's more valuable. Oh, I don't have it open at this point because I was doing the Ghost stream earlier. Oh, both are equal? Fair enough. Also, Belly saying 20 seconds, 20 whole seconds. I'm not sure what was 20 seconds, but okay. 20 whole seconds. What's... Does it, Yatta? Fair enough. I suppose if you don't know what a PAX is, perhaps. So 20 seconds for reactant. Oh, yeah. Reactant in Exterminate. It's how it should be. Alright, let's just quit this one. Recharge the traces a bit. Is Dante out? Not yet. That's next week. Thing is, yeah, next week Wednesday, right? I know, saying at this point with your videos, so I don't pick up by subject, I can watch anything you put out. Honestly, you could do a guide about a weapon already covered by every Warframe creator and their grandma, and I'd still watch it for your specific style and insight. Unhost, thank you for that. I do appreciate that. You've never used this many vaulted relics in a single day? Hey, there we are. We're cracking some shiny bits and pieces, aren't we? Get that mullah. Up. I don't like the flashbang, but you know, it do be like that. I would rather that did not exist. This is exactly why we have a flashbang snack emote. Where's that one hiding? There's one right here. Where are you? Die. Actually, I just got used to someone hitting the nuke button every 3 seconds.
The tower's neural sensor
Really? Really? We're just gonna Scooby-Doo our way around that? Okay.
You need to take them out. The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
Let's roll ahead. There's someone firing off the envoy nukes. Pop the area. Never mind, I hit one thing because they got envoyed. Oh, have you got infinite ammo envoy? I should have realised after the 8th shot. Infinite ammo envoy, yeah, that'll do it. There's not really a lot stopping you in the world when that... Can you not hit the railing? Can I... The vault speed buff is genuinely throwing me off sometimes here. I'm overshooting a doorway I've already overshot. I ain't complaining about speed... That's unfortunate. I ain't complaining about speed buff. It's just... Sometimes your control ain't there.
Well done.
Also, that was not the way it bamboozle. I have to cut this one short. Speed buff, we're trying to do careful precision jumps. Not easy. Genuinely a problem for Muscle memory. You crack any Necros or Ember relics, hit me up. Yeah, good luck on that, Snake. Ember's not been around since... yeah, just forever. They are so not around. Warframe? Correct, this is in fact Warframe. Hey, Silver Former! It's just as useful as a normal Former, but let's grab it anyway. Lavos looks fun, still can't get used to cooldown. Ah, okay. Is Barrow here? Barrow Katia is currently in a relay, yes. I have no issue with the cooldowns on Lavos, honestly. No issue whatsoever. I can build to reduce them. I can build to not need to worry about them. They just kind of exist. Let's see, what's in some of these? Have we done this Gara one? I don't think we've done this Gara one, so let's do this particular Gara relic. G4. Let's go. I've used up so many traces. Yeah, I took a break, just a guy, it's fine. I took a break. It was like a minute or two, but I took a break. You're using for Lavos no energy cost? I mean, that's a good reason to use him, yeah. That is definitely a good reason. Just skipping the entire energy dynamic is very nice at times. No preparation, no energize, no Xeneric, no energy nexus, no nourish concerns, none of that lot. It does mean some downsides. No shield gate conversion effect.
You aren't the first ones here.
The energy orbs aren't as amazing a pickup. That the arcade you may have spent 2,000 plats on doesn't apply to him. But the pros certainly outweigh the cons. Certainly. Well, I cast my 4 as quickly as possible to try and hit enemies, and I think other people nuked them before my 4 got to them. That's the envoy for you. It kinda slap.
Keep fighting.
There is a reason it is one of the most popular weapons in the game. It do slap.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find
Well, that's fine.
what's inside.
My levels is set up more to survive anything and then deal damage with what's left than it is to be a Sarin tier explosion. That is fine with me. Get around the shield gate with fast deflection, vigilante vigor. Actually, shield gating Lavos is certainly a take.
Successful mission. Find extraction.
I don't think I could ever bring myself to spend 2 shield mods on Lavos. That's... Envoy still needs line of sight? No. The explosion is standard radial. No line of sight required. It just booms. It just booms. There we go. That rate just use pillage? Well, you can't just spam pillage with Lavos. That's a problem, Zom. Lavos has a 10-second cooldown on subsumed abilities. That 10 seconds starting immediately if it's a recastable one, or after the ability runs out if it's non-recastable. So that doesn't work for Lavos. Again, the idea of spending 2 mods to shield gate him still just feels wild to me. Oh, I'm out of void traces. Alright, let's use ones which don't have a Warframe at the top. Tenora, no one cares about that one. Tenora is an exceptionally mid weapon. You don't have any health tank mods, you're nearly invincible, as long as you're paying attention. What with shield gate? Yeah, fair do. I mean, Lavos is just defensive in itself, and with modded shield gates, I can see it, because you only need a second. If you've got... is the max cooldown 80% or 75%? If it's 80%, you'd need 0.8 seconds of not being attacked to start regenerating shields. So long as you can get a gap of a second, you can't die to anything other than Toxin. Which, yeah. It's just Lavos' abilities don't key into that in any way whatsoever. Lavos' natural details don't key into that. That's something that every single Warframe can achieve.
You aren't the first ones here. I'm detecting multiple enemy signatures, and they're all
Only hit 75%? Alright, so be down to a second, yeah. And a quarter of a second for non-shield break damage, but non-shield break damage is also health tankable, so it doesn't count. Alright, Lobelia, you have yourself a good one then. Once we wrap up this mission, we'll have someone new join the squad. Thank you for letting me know ahead of time, by the way. Which means I can say straight away, first of all, what time are we on ourselves? Yeah, we got a little bit more in us. If anyone else would like to join in for some relic cracking, Lobelia is going to be leaving the squad in a moment. So, let me just close up these here. Whoever would like to join in, send me a message again, the Kengineer. I'll bring you into the squad. We've only got one space opening up by the sounds of it, so, you know, bear that in mind. That is not the door. Let's try that again. Ah, the envoy's ahead of me. Alright.
Sharsip Maitland bless her relic luck.
Thank you very much on that, Butter. Thank you very much. May Clem indeed bless our luck on these runs. I mean, we've been having some very good runs. Clem is definitely with us today. But thank you very much for resubscribing here, up onto 4 months as well, my dude. Cheers for that. And I hope you're doing well. Okay, I wasn't paying attention on X-Team there. That looked bad. You'll forgive me, right, chat? Part of the Vigilante figure was also because of the enhanced crits. I mean, it's a tiny amount, but sure, why not? If you have 100% or higher crit chance, then any Vigilante mod is the same as gaining 5% crit chance. If you have less than 100% crit chance, then a Vigilante mod is giving you 5% multiplied by your crit chance bonus, which is not a lot. Yeah, thanks, Amelia. Appreciate that. I can see that, Zom. Yeah, I can see Transmutation Probe having a shield restore effect. I get you. I'll say the funny part is that Gauss Envoy is holding you back. Wow, alright. I mean, fair do, fair do. So yeah, we got a space open if anyone would like to join on in semi-messaging game, and we will crack some more of those relics. I'd prefer to run in a 4-man squad, you know, get us maximum chances at really, really good bits and pieces. That would be the value. Alright, we've got some absolute corker items these runs. Now, my Void Tracers have taken a hit. That was intentional. Spent over 1,000 of those bad boys. Probably like 1,200, maybe? 1,300 if we're lucky. I've lost track, I'll be honest with you. Anyone else have some audio desync, or is that on your end? Have you tried a refresh first, Ronald? I doubt there's going to be an audio desync that just randomly pops up in the middle of a stream, but, you know, do a refresh first. Yeah, fair dues on me. I had myself a 3.5-hour holiday today. It was great. That was the time between going, right, I'm officially having a break until the update comes out, and D's announcement, hey, we're running directory-wide drops on Monday. So, 3.5 hours, I was like, I can chill. Like, no, you can't. Ah. Okay. Guess we're doing bonus streams. I'll prepare for that. I'll just have a regular, a lazier Friday than a regular weekend. Yep, that'll do. That has closed. We can go... Yeah, we'll go for this one. How worth it is using Archon Vitality with Lavis's 4? If you have heat infused into it, whether you have heat infused or not, it'll effectively apply the base damage again. So it'll increase your damage output by about 50% on his 4 and his 4 alone. You don't really use the others for damage, so they don't matter. So it'll get you some stuff done. The downside is that by switching out of the Umbral set, your tank will go down by quite a chunk. Now, if you're using a shield setup, firstly, the Vitality isn't going to be doing a lot for you because you're using shields, not health, but I suppose it's there for buffer. If you're using a shield setup, your tank isn't really going to worry that much, and a 50% bonus to the damage output to your 4 is a good addition there. So yeah, it basically comes down to, are you using his 4 for damage? If so, 50% buff. If not, waste of time. That's the long and short of it. Alright. Let's crack these ones open. I'm just gonna immediately blapanate the area because I can. So I'm Lavos. Dash past those, they'll blow up behind me. We're not in the void now, so we need to be a little bit more careful about not over blapanating. Just on the off chance. I mean, it's unlikely to happen. It's an exterminate. Exterminates are fine when it comes to reactant, especially with PC host. Does that multiple with doubling per status? Yes. So straight up, whatever damage you would get on your 4, you get 50% more with Archon Vitality, because you get a heat proc and a toxin proc, or sorry, a heat proc and a subsumed proc. I'm currently using toxins, why I said that. You get heat proc and an infused proc. Assuming you're going to be using a damaging proc, which you probably will be.
That's it.
Assuming you're doing that.
Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
Have I gone the wrong way? I feel like did we double back? Oh, what was that? Was a terrible dash. Assuming you're doing a damaging proc, you'll have 2 lots of procs hitting per second with whatever total damage you figured out. Archon Vitality will add in 1 heat proc because your ability will guaranteed proc heat. You can't change that. You can't get more, you can't get less, it's just going to be 1. So, 1 extra proc on top of 2 procs is 50% more damage. It may actually turn out to be less than 50% if the infused proc you're using is a different one due to bonus purposes, so like Toxin against the Corpus. You'll effectively get less than half. But on a pure numbers basis, that's what you're looking at. Whatever your 4 would do, it's now half more because of Vitality. Archon Vitality. And host, you have yourself a good one. Take care. And don't forget to connect your Twitch and Discord accounts. Get the full use out of that sub you've been gifted. I think a lot of people get gifted subs and forget that they've actually got a second perk waiting for them on Discord. Ooh. I only have 2 of these. I have 8 of those. So I'm going to go for the one that I have less of. Because quite frankly, if I already have 8 Valkyrie Prime systems, do I need 9? Do I really need a 9? Lovely. I got some more yellow pigment. Excellent. Glad needs that. Alright, I think we can squeeze out 1 more Relic Fisher. 1 more to go. Let's get that cracking. Do I have any more Radiance? I do not have any more Radiance of these pre-prepared. Let's see. I have a single one of you. What are you? A Neige piece? I don't kind of really want to grab another Neige one. Let's see. What we got that's really... Ooh, Brook. That could be nice. Brook Gauss? Okay, maybe not. It's pretty recent. Thinking about it. I was hoping for something a little bit less recent. Garen Neige. Helios Mirage Banshee. I was hoping a Warframe on the rare slot. Octavia, let's go. Let's do an Octavia one. I can upgrade that. Called out at PAX? Yeah, in a positive light. So during the dev stream at PAX, they took Q&As, and one person's question was basically, "Hey, Warframe, you got this brilliant IP. Have you considered bringing it to, oh, I don't know, things like tabletop role-playing games?" And they basically summed it up as, that would be a lot of time and stuff to do, but there is a creator actively doing exactly that. There is a creator turning Warframes into D&D monsters. And that creator is me. So, no technicality about it. That was straight up yeah, there's a creator doing it. We're not going to say the name, but the engineer is doing it.
Eliminate all
Oh, yes. Was not expecting that. Amazing, it is rather. Because you know... Oh, okay, I did not realise I couldn't jump down there. My bad. You know there are going to be people who have not even heard of the project going, there's a creator working on that. Oh, where's that going? Ooh. When can we see it? Who is it? What do we need to know? More importantly, how can we get our hands on it? Whose hands do we need to grease? Yada yada, you know. So, that's exciting. And of course the very fact that it's on DE's mind, no less. That question comes up, and the first thing Reb thinks about is, well, Kengineer. Like, that's huge.
That's it. You opened the relic.
Also shouted out and called out. Kind of called out for, hey Ken, people are asking for the project. Do it. Now they're not saying that, but I'm saying that.
The enemy is broken. Well done.
Hey Esprit, let's start with the cool million and see how we feel from there, yeah? Let's start with the mill. Half joke. But yeah, I say call out, but shout out is probably the right thing. Hey, look at that. That was exactly the correct relic to bring. What a way to hit our final relic run. We get ourselves another gold piece. That's going to be what, 5, 6 golds? That's not bad going. That is not bad going at all. I'm actually quite happy with that. Nom, nom, nom. And 66% damage though. Dealt. Sure. So much luck. Streamer luck. It turns out if you give the world opportunities to reward you with good luck, sometimes it decides to say yes. That's RNG for you. That's literally randomness. Alright then, Zom, MA, Salmia, thank you very much for joining on those runs as well there. You enjoy yourselves the start to your weekend. Salmia especially, I think you said you were on holiday now, so enjoy your holiday. Got pigments? Oh yes, and also pigments. Very important. Because those pigments are a little bit annoying to come by. I think the clan needs like 3,500 of them, so, you know, gaining another 3, yeah. Just a little bit better. Right then, chat. Now, this is not a normal Warframe stream for me. It is indeed a Friday stream, which is very rarely a Warframe thing, but there you go. There you go. Spice Dragon Free. I was watching someone this afternoon who couldn't get a Prime Weapon Blade for the life of them. That's just RNG. That's just how it goes, isn't it? Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. And when you lose, oh, you really lose. You feel it. But that aside, as this is a Friday stream, there is no raffle we need to be jumping on into. So, quite frankly, we're just going to do the standard Friday thing of just kind of gently wrapping us up. I want to say once again a thank you everyone for joining in on another wonderful stream. As ever, the shout out completely unexpected. Some of the details we saw at the PAX there are very, very nice. And we'll see how it all comes together. In any case, I need to hop off because I've got things to prepare for tomorrow for stuff I'm doing in private in the background. And then on Sunday, of course, we've got some more good old Warframing to do. So in the meantime, have yourselves a wonderful weekend. That's where we're going to wrap it up. Be your absolute best selves. Bye-bye for now.